Good morning, lovelies.
Howdy.
Happy Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It makes me think of that. Gosh, I love that meme. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's the one where you have this like British guy, and he's just like, "Can you believe that Americans eat like just processed meat and hamburgers all the time and stuff like that or whatever." It's something like that. He's like, "It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen." And then you have this American guy where he's doing this like really, really hard Cockney accent, and he's just like, "Oh boy, I just love the thought of beans on toast. Oh, my mouth is just salivating just thinking about it." It's so funny.
I don't know if
I
I've seen that, but it
Oh
sounds
my gosh, I gotta
familiar.
find it. I gotta find it while you're introducing everyone, or
Oh my gosh.
saying hi to everybody.
Hi, guys. Yeah,
Oh,
that's gonna go look for that. DJ, thank you for the nickels. Please be sure to take them off of Grace's head so we don't smother her. Speaking of Grace, congrats on getting first. Holy smokes. You did break channel lore. Holy cannoli. But good morning. We got a Gracie, we got a Miss Sharpie, we got a Nix, we got a Joseph. Are you winning? Yes, I do believe we are winning. We're on time today, so I'm proud of us. We got a crud muffin, we got a lady squirrel, we got a dance. My voice is being weird. We have a Will. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Congrats on your 60 stream streak. Lady Squirrel. Oh my gosh. I'm busy making more cat memes for tomorrow. Oh yeah. Can I get a mod to post the link to the memes thing? Guys, we have our meme contest tomorrow. It's gonna be great.
meme contest. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a meme contest. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. I'm definitely not scared at all. Oh, we got a green. Okay, hold on a sec. We have Lady Squirrel. Where are we here? Lady Squirrel, Grace, and Dan's all with 60 stream streaks. We have DJ with a 50 stream streak. We got Frogman's with a 20 stream streak. And we got Magic and Twilight with a 10 stream streak. That's crazy, you guys. Holy smokes. I'm trying to quickly scroll through and see if I missed anyone else. Katie Bug, good morning. Welcome in. Good morning, frogs. Good morning, Magic. Hello and welcome in, Obarne. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, correct me. We got Sammy as well. Going. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate. Shout out to my mods. My mods are pretty freaking awesome. Just saying. A jingle. Oh, hold on a second. A jingle, Sammy. Enjoy your candy Sprite. A jingle. There we go. And I think we're caught up unless someone snuck in. Oh, we have Uncle Squirrel.
There's a lot of squirrels.
I know, that's why we took part of my stream one day to differentiate between, is it little squirrel and big squirrel? Is it young squirrel and old squirrel? Is it girl squirrel and guy squirrel? Or then we decided to go with lady squirrel and uncle squirrel. Because there's a lot of squirrels here. So, but yes, glorious. Mochi, good morning, welcome in. Gotta quickly catch up. I literally just scored a remote job interview. Let's go, Miss Sharpie. Congrats.
Hey, nice.
Woo! Let's
Good
go. I'm
job.
being ignored. No, you're not being ignored. You're right there. And we got a River. Good morning. I have a potential interview after filling out screening test / interview questions. Also, if I didn't say, I did finally start getting paid by CO unemployment. Let's go. It's about freaking time. I was going to go kick their door down from Canada. We got a Ryoko. We got a Javago. Good morning, friends.
Cat literally does know a guy, so.
I do know a guy.
Could do it on her behalf.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We're caught up. Yes, we are here. Hello. Good morning, friends.
Yeah. I sent it to you, by the way.
Glorious.
It's completely clean too, so I couldn't remember.
I Okay, never mind. I did see this. I did, but I'm so excited for it. Hold on a second here. Okay, pause that. Pause that. Okay. Also, welcome in, Bacon. Good morning. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. I gotta move some things around here so I can see. We're going to not close our music. I'm gonna pause it. Pardon me. Actually, no, we're gonna keep it going while I fix things. I gotta share. I gotta share my screen with Hood. I gotta find the thing. I gotta do the thing. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do that. We'll do that. All right, here we go. I'm so excited for this. It's been so long. All right, let me actually quickly refresh this because it'll put it back to the start. Hold on a sec. Why is it not? Oh, because I have the audio through the wrong way. That would do it.
Bridging over. Patching audio.
There we go. We got this. We got this. All right. Third time's a charm, guys. Third time's a charm. Let's go.
Oh, it's so funny. My mouth's just salivating just thinking about it. It's so funny. Oh.
That's a great way to start things off. Thank you for that.
Banana and fish pea soup. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know where they come up with all that. It's so funny though.
I don't know, man. Oh. Yep, yep, yep. See, guys, we can all make fun of each other. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yes. Hello, friends.
Speaking of making fun of that,
You want to just jump right into it? You want to just jump right into
I
it?
suppose.
All right.
I
I'm going to
suppose
give
we
you the
can.
mic because you know more about this than I do. So,
All right. So, guys, has anyone heard of our girl Amelia? Has anyone heard of Amelia, the patriotic goth girl of Britain, the hero of of Britain? For anyone that doesn't know, so there was this game that was made over in Europe. It was called Pathways. I believe you can look it up, and I believe you can still play it. I don't think they took the game down. But they basically were trying to make a visual novel game with choices that you could choose, and you play as a character named Charlie, and Charlie is going to. It says school. It treats him like he's like a child, but he's actually going to college. It's really really strange.
oh,
Kind of telling on themselves a little bit. But anyway,
I was just about to
um,
say.
yeah, and basically he starts like the whole thing is to try and ease Europe into being okay with like the immigration from the Middle East that's coming over in like droves. And
Mhm.
so trying to get them to be okay with, Muslim, trying to get them to be okay with like or Islam, excuse me, trying to get them to be okay with all that. And so then they had this character that's like the instigator. She's the antagonist, the villain of the story. And it's this one, it's Amelia, and she's literally like this white goth girl from Britain who's trying to be like, hey, the Muslims are coming over and they're taking, residency away from war veterans and stuff like that. And everyone liked her. Everyone thought she was based. And so because so many people that played the game listened to Amelia, because one of the choices you can do is to listen to Amelia. So many people chose her route and her options that they, to my understanding, patched her out of the game. And she became like a cultural phenomenon suddenly where she's everywhere and everyone likes her because she's just patriotic and is like, I just want Britain to remain Britain. and
Yeah.
it's really funny. And so, like, just like Cabrutus says here, it's like the fact that they seriously thought a patriotic goth girl would be the perfect anti-nationalist propaganda is a hilarious showcase of how completely out of touch with reality these people are.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you don't understand anything if you think she was the one that was gonna be the bad guy. It's really
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Um, go
I
ahead.
also no, I was just gonna say, and the memes, guys, the memes are everywhere.
There's so many, and it's so good. Look at this one. Look at.
Radicalize me, Miss Amelia.
I love that one. That's
She
so
wants to
funny.
make Britain great again. Yeah, exactly, exactly, Uncle Squirrel. It's just like
Oh my gosh. For anyone that doesn't know, this is "Don't Bully Me, Miss Nagatoro." So that's what they're parroting. But
yeah, it's
um,
just oh
oh, I love that. Where's some of the other ones? I know I sent you at least like three. Um, I know there's more. Wait, let me see. They had
um
some great ones in here, dude.
oh,
It's
you
so
sent me,
funny.
yeah, okay. I have the video that you sent me. Do you want me to play that one?
Oh, yeah, show that. Oh, please, that's my favorite one. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
You're gonna love this other video that I have too. So, but I'll show. Let's see here. Pause. 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 I said pause. Pause. Why is it not pausing? Stop it.
It refuses to pause.
I pressed the pause button. Listen to me. There we go. All right.
There.
Cool. So here we go, guys. Here we go.
So Leaflet made this. Anyone that knows Leaflet,
Mhm.
VTuber, she's pretty cool. She made this in AI, but it's
Yeah.
just watch.
Yeah. So where are we here? For anyone watching the VOD later, it's gonna be this part's gonna be muted, but here's the link there. So we're talking about best girl I see.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
liar, yes. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Amelia, the last rose of Albion.
And I would watch it.
Yep. Yep.
I would watch that. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
you will have to enter re-education, Charlie.
It's like, "Ah!"
It's a shame, Charlie, that you harbor such harmful thoughts.
Yep. It's
Uh,
just,
all she wanted to do was just protect us this whole time and our future. It's like
yeah.
it's so anime. I love it.
It's just like, and it's absolutely based because, like, we could all waddle into, places like Iran and stuff like that and be like, I think you guys should eat pork. I think you guys should do this and that and stuff. Yet
Yeah.
nobody's doing that. So why is it okay for others to come in and do that, but it's not okay for the flip to be reversed? Like, it's like, so
Yeah.
she's she's
Cuz and
she's not
again,
wrong.
it's specifically too cuz like most people they want to conflate these types of issues to where it's like, "Oh, so you just don't want people that aren't the right skin color in your country. I see how it is." It's like, no, it's about the culture. Like they can't separate the two. They don't know how to separate the two. It's not about what you
Mhm.
look like. It's do you follow the values that we follow here? And
Mhm.
there, as we've said before, there are some cultures that are better than others. Just straight up, flat out. It's just the way it is. And it's been like that all throughout history. And the ones that, thank God have well, not all the time, but we would hope that the ones that would prevail are the ones that are good for people, that actually, like, don't hurt people and stuff, right? So,
Mhm.
it's like, that's the difference, is it's like there's nothing wrong with protecting a culture when the culture is like a good thing, so that's
Yeah.
why when people are like, oh, you just want Christian nationalism and this and that, it's like, well, kind of, yeah, like,
Yeah.
because it's like, I always thought it was funny because they'd be like, well, you say that, that we can't push whatever onto you, but you try to push this onto us, and it's like, well, yeah, because one's objectively right and one's objectively wrong.
Mhm.
It's like they wanna try to play this game where, like, because again, they want you to believe everything is subjective, there's no
Yeah.
objectivity to anything, but it's like, no, but some things are actually just right, and some things are just wrong, like,
Mhm.
so we're trying to stand up for what is true, not for what is a lie, and you don't like that because you want the lie to be true, so it's like, you know, but that's like going a little bit deeper, but gosh, I love Amelia, I love all the memes, it's so funny.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, Brady. New York. It like just look at a couple of these. Yeah, and what Uncle Squirrel said: New York, Dearborn, Michigan, Minnesota. It's like, yeah, take a look, because if people don't wake up and start doing stuff, that's gonna become America,
Mhm. Yep.
land of
Yep.
the free, home of the brave. Better start stepping up, peeps. And now I don't mean whatever those freaking protesters did at that church. I'm going to talk about that probably Thursday. Oh my gosh. Woke up to that this morning. That set me in a sour mood. Um anyway, but there's again, like, the fact that Amelia's blowing up so much just shows, like, yeah, no, we agree with her. We don't want this. So this video that I stumbled upon yesterday, um is basically taking all sorts of British media and inserting her via AI and stuff. It's so fun. I'm really excited to show you guys this. Hold on a sec. Let me just pause the music here again. So let me just refresh this real quick here. And pause. For anyone who wants to check this out later, here's the link. But as you can see, Amelia's already at Hogwarts. So let's
I
turn this
remember seeing
on.
this one too.
Oh, you saw this one too?
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, but I just saw the
Oh
different ones
yeah.
that they go through.
Yeah, it's great.
Yo, I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy. I literally only saw the image, listened to it, so I was like, whoa.
Yep. No, they put her in
Uh,
every single, like, yeah.
like British thing, basically.
Yep. Yeah, basically all sorts of British media with this AI thing. And it was like, huh, interesting.
Oh man. Yeah. No, Amelia's just like, I think it's just funny she became this cultural phenomenon, and it's like now they don't know what to do. They created a monster and they can't take it back now.
Yep. Yep.
She's just real now.
Yep. But
Um
again, like, it's showing that no, everyone's not on board for whatever this is.
yeah.
People do want to stand and keep their culture. Like, hey, the fact
Yeah.
that I've always been just blown away that the fact that the national dish of England in recent, I think it's in the past decade or something, has become curry.
Yeah.
England. England. Little beans on toast and very bland. It's like, curry's your national dish?
Yeah.
So, yeah. This cannot wait for the Amelia cosplays. Yes! There's gonna be so
Oh
many
yeah. It's
Amelia
already
cosplays.
begun. It's already begun. Who was it? There's a what is her name on X? Powder, I think is the VTuber's name if I remember correctly.
Mm.
Literally made an Amelia VTuber model that then she uses to talk to people. Like it's already begun. It's already begun. Okay, it's over. It was over the moment they made Amelia. It's so funny to me. I just think it's so funny watching. And then they try to like
Oh,
freak out and backpedal. They're like, "We're taking her out of the game," and it's like too late. She's already out there. She exists. You can't kill the idea now.
she might
It's
not be
like,
in the game, but she's in our hearts and she's in our world now. You can't get
uh,
rid of her.
I even saw one. I don't know if I can find. I'll see if I can find and send it to you really quick. But they even made one where someone was trying to make a visual novel of her, but like of dating her, and it was like it was called like alt right something or another. I can't
Oh
remember,
my
but it was really
gosh.
funny. Hold on, let's see if I can find it.
Oh my gosh.
It
Uh,
should be here somewhere.
and again, like it's just
There's so
ah,
many. If you guys just go onto X and you just go up to the search bar and you type in Amelia or Amelia meme, you will get tons and tons of memes. It's so funny, dude. Different
uh,
varieties too. Like there's just so many of them.
yeah. Hi, Zari. No, you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it. We're we're talking about Amelia right now. It's just I love it. Ah,
Um, where is it? There was one. I gotta find it. Hold on.
hashtag be like Amelia. Oh, no, 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 Zari. This is Amelia. Okay. Uh, hmm. Quick crash course. These people made this video game that was trying to like persuade people that, um standing up against Islam being like pushed into British culture and stuff like that, and British culture being like, oh, we need to get rid of this and that, and like all this stuff. They created this character called Amelia who was supposed to like be the bad guy of the game, be like, oh yeah, no, we got to protect our culture, and oh, we can't let like Islam affect our culture and stuff like that. And like she was the fan favorite. Everybody loved her to the point where they would all pick her route, and that was supposed to be like the bad route. And what did you say that like they like took her out of the game
To my
because
understanding, they patched her out of the game because so many people were picking what they called the wrong option.
yep,
So,
yep, yep. And so it's just like oof.
and now she just lives on forever. They can't kill her. She will forever be
Yep. So we have all the memes
the
now.
idea. Uh-huh.
Just oh my gosh.
Gosh, I can't find it. It was such a big one, and I can't find it now. Like, I don't know if they maybe
Oh,
took it down.
oh, I hope they didn't. That'd be so sad. They unironically made a bundle of pixels into a martyr. Yeah, she's a
Pretty
pro Britain
much.
goth girl. Yep, yep, yep. So that just shows how delusional some people are. Is the fact that they'd think this girl like, and I think Brady said this earlier in chat. But so basically, this game and Wish, which I know we don't talk about except for this moment, they basically turn the good guy into the bad guy, and it's like, huh?
Hmm.
Like, nani?
Yeah, pretty much.
Bob
Pretty
is asking
much.
it, is it the big AI one, like 2 minutes long? Um,
No.
oh, you mean the one that Leaflet made? No, that one was
Oh
only
yeah,
one
yeah,
minute
yeah.
long. No, that was only 1 minute long. That's
Yeah.
not the one. Okay. Um,
No, I'm trying to find. It's just an image. It
ah,
showed like a coming soon, like someone was making a visual novel that you could date her or something, and it was called like alt right or something. I can't find it now.
it's
I don't know
it's
where it went.
gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. Like it doesn't matter how much they scrub the internet. It's going to happen. It's going to be made a thing. Like this can't be like what DJ said. The bell cannot be unrung. It's just
Mm.
no. The
Yep.
British are coming. The British are coming. Amelia's coming. Amelia's coming.
Yeah, they made their own monster. Like,
Ah.
golly.
Oh my gosh. Sammy says, I want to see the next protest at the UK with a bunch of Amelias rallying.
Gosh. That'd be so funny.
Oh my lordy lord.
There is so much too. Like, even just looking for this image I'm trying to find, it's just one after the other. There's just like, and they're all different. It's like, what in the world?
Yeah, it's
I can't
crazy.
find it. It's gotta be somewhere.
Yep. It's just, oh man. It's so good. Uh anyway, we needed some well, I think before I go into my crash out, we needed some you know, faith being reestablished in humanity before so ah, this is good. This is the kind of, trend thing that I can get behind because it's like, is she wrong? No. Everyone would be just as
Hmm.
mad if, people can't, well, again, look at New York, look at some of these other places. It's like, oh, well, no, we're going to insert this now. And everyone's like, whoa, no, that is not the American way. What is this?
Yeah.
So it's just, oh man, who was saying it? I think I was talking with Grace, and we are talking about how I mentioned how South Korea is like 10 years behind the States. Like because South Korea is a very westernized Asian country. And usually the trends that are happening in the States, 10 years later, you'll see them happening in South Korea.
Mm.
And she mentioned, yeah, that's kind of like with England, is England is 100 years ahead of the United States. So let's wake up, folks. Let's take a look see. Same with like what was it? I think they said, I think someone also said like Canada's 5 years ahead of the States as well. Because
Mm.
we brought in same-sex marriage, I think 5 years before you guys did. And then little things like that. So it's like, you want to see your future? Look at England. And let's take notes to not let that happen. Let's take steps to prevent that from happening and stuff. So it's just kind of like, yes, like this is all funny. Like, yeah, this is good to laugh at and stuff. But also, it should be a little bit of a wake up call to be like, okay, so people are seeing like being patriotic and loving your country, loving your culture, and standing for it as being the bad guy. Somebody make it make
Yeah.
sense. So it's just, yeah.
Okay. The only place I can find it is right here. How do you send a YouTube video right to where you want it to be at? Is that where you
Oh,
clip
if
it?
you
I
hit if
forgot.
you hit share, then there should be a little box you can check to be like start at this point.
Share. Oh, right. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know if I can do it on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, you could send it to me and just tell me what point to jump to.
Yeah. It's 5:30.
5:30. Okay. Sounds good.
This is literally the only place that I knew for a fact it'd still be there.
Hey, I'm also bringing up Rev later on in the podcast. So this is
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Let's see here.
Just 5:30. All you need is the image.
5:30.
So
Where are we here? Hey,
that one.
there we
That
go.
was the image.
Government approved
Alt
alt
girl.
girl
That's what it was
dating
called.
simulator.
And he specifically is like, I couldn't find out if this was real or who made it or what. So it's like,
Oh.
it could just be fake. But it's like, man, that would be great. That'd be really funny.
Mm-hmm. Jeremiah, yeah, don't love your culture, but also don't appropriate another. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The audacity.
Yeah.
Okay, if they if they make that a thing, that game's gonna blow up, guys, just for the memes. Just for the
Yeah.
memes.
I'd play it. I'd play it. That'd be hilarious.
We didn't learn from that new comic guy. Oh yeah, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, hold on a sec. Someone, I think Slim was posted that earlier. me scroll back here a little bit. It's like it's that PewDiePie comic about the rich guy being burglared, where people liked the new guy better than the self-insert pro tag Karen. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, people aren't dumb. You can't brainwash people. Well, let me retract that statement. You can't brainwash the based people, the intellectual people, the aware people, the mature people. You can't brainwash them that easily.
The people who haven't come under magical enchantments
Yep.
on their mind, because I
Because
don't know how else some of this can happen this way.
I mean, I'm about to lose it on some people, and it's gonna make sense why they thought this is gonna work on everybody because it's the loud people that would be swayed by this, but it's like, anyway. If we wanted to have a
Y-
different country's culture, we'd go live there instead, but we're still here. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And then
yeah.
all these people talking about like, oh, I hate America, I hate Trump, I hate this and that. It's like, then leave.
Yeah.
What? I wouldn't leave my cushy life of being like a multi-million billionaire or whatever in a country where I have rights and stuff. It's like then
Yep.
sit down and shut up. Enjoy your cushy
Yeah,
life
they
and
they
calm down.
they always like trash the very place where usually it's like they're very well off themselves doing that, which is why it's like again, a lot of the people that are doing that I think are just they're just paid to do that. Like I think that they're being told to do that. So that's why they won't follow their own advice cuz they're literally just propaganda mouthpieces. Also, you
Mm-hmm.
can't brainwash, but you can MK Ultra. I love you, Crud Muffin. You're the best man.
Can't just wait. We're buying Canada next. You know what? Please do, because my gosh, I don't know if you want to buy
Well,
Canada though.
see, that's even like again, like yeah, there's things that I feel like people could say like yeah, that they don't like about like Canada versus America or whatever and different stuff. But like even in that regard, like even on this like topic, because you've mentioned to me before, Kat, that it's like there's some people that are really patriotically like Canadian. And so
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of like, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we'll buy Canada," but they're kind of like, I'd like but I still want Canada to be Canada. And I
Yeah.
get that. Like that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I feel that. It's like maybe you don't have to necessarily become America, but like or like
Mm-hmm.
become part of America, but like again, it's more like adopting the pieces of culture that are good
Mm-hmm.
and the things that help you and then, we discard the rest, and that's in a
Yeah.
perfect world that, you would hope everybody could do that, but um so like that's why even in those regards like we make jokes, but I'm like I totally get it. If like Canada's like, "No, we like Canada. We like being we like being Canadian. We
Yeah.
just don't like some of the things that are getting passed, cuz that's how I'd feel. I mean, technically that is how I feel with America because there's a whole heck of a lot that I don't like that America does. But I
Yeah.
still love America for what it stands for and for what it's based upon and for
Mm-hmm.
what its origins are, even if like there's a lot of bad disingenuous people that have tried to alter that throughout however many years it's been. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
and it's the same reason that I can say like I despise the government, but I love the people that go in to be part of the military and stuff because those are two separate concepts to me. It's like, but they're working for the government. They're doing what the feds want them to do. It's like, well, but they're also like they're going in with the intention of I'm trying to do a good thing. I'm trying to protect the people that I care about. I'm trying to protect the freedoms of other people. So like that's what I stand up for and love, not what the government, you know, is doing or even heck using them to do at different times. They're just doing what they're told. They're just trying to like they go in with like the good intentions. And that's why even though again like even like with like the medical field and stuff like as much as I crap on the medical field and whatever, I do think a lot of different people have gone in with the full intention of like I want to help people, and then
Mm-hmm.
they find out later, oh, this isn't about helping people. This is about making forever patients. But now I spent like 8 to 12 years of my life plus educating myself on this. I don't want to lose my license, so I'm just going to do what they tell me. I think that does happen, and I have a certain amount of sympathy for that. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. And I get that because again, like I love my country. Like I love being Canadian and stuff. However, and Joseph mentioned that like he's been seeing because he's more in the news than I am apparently. But he's been seeing that like yeah, like there are I would say probably at least half, if not more. What's funny?
Sorry, I just reading Joseph's comment.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. um, but a large majority of Alberta is like, we're done. We've done the math, and there's no way we can ever win. We can ever go back to a conservative party because, again, liberal, like, and we have different words for it up here, but I'm just using American terms. Um, but like, we can't go back to things unless the entire country was to work together. And it's not working together because this province is getting paid off or this organization is getting paid off or this political party is getting paid off. And so a lot of Albertans are like, you know what? I'd rather hash it out and try my luck with the states than stay in this sinking ship. Like, we love our country, we want to stand for it, but they've changed things and altered things so that nobody else can win. It's only
Yeah.
Ontario that wins. Everyone else, well, and Quebec too. Everyone else is left to suffer unless they suck up to Ontario. And that makes me really
Yeah.
sad. And again,
And
not
that's
saying everyone in Ontario is that mindset, just FYI, but just a lot of the toxic government stuff is all in Ontario. So I just generalize with Ontario. We have some wonderful community members. We're in Ontario. They're not part of the problem. It's the government that's the problem.
well, that's kind of the thing too that happens here to some degree, which is like because of the dense populations of the cities, and the cities almost every single time are more left leaning and stuff. They're the ones that often get like the bigger votes or seemingly get the bigger votes. I think especially after 2020, a lot of people saw like, oh, wait a minute. Like I think people knew that it was like rigged prior to that, but then they literally saw like
Mhm.
legitimate fraud in
Yeah.
front of their face and then were told no it's not there. You know, like it was like
Yeah.
different. It was like shown to them differently. Where before it used to feel like, because I remember all growing up, it was like my family just didn't vote because it was like it doesn't matter who you vote for. They're all
Mhm.
bad. Like they all like
Yeah.
it's one is bad and the other's controlled opposition that does then the bad things that they're asked to do. So it's like there's no different.
Yeah.
And then, 2016 happened and everybody felt like, "Oh my gosh, there's a shift that suddenly has happened." And it did because, that's where we got into the climate that we're at now where we're literally looking at alt girl on my screen right now. That would have never been a thing back when I was
Mhm.
growing up that you would have ever have heard of because it just, that wasn't a thing. So,
Mhm.
um but like but yeah, like I think that that same type of thing happens here, too in a lot of cases. I think people are trying to like fight against that. It's kind of it's the illusion of a republic almost kind of in a way.
Mhm.
Um but again, that's my conspiracy theory stuff coming out because that's me saying like, hey, I think that there's like this big cabal going on and there's just a select very small few, within the thousands of a handful that kind of run everything and are trying to slowly push everything toward their ideology with mystery schools and all that other stuff, but that's another topic, I guess. So,
Mhm.
um
No, that's fair. I feel that.
but yeah, no, like yeah, I just like I get people wanting to be patriotic like for their own country and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's like so that's why it's like that's and I think a lot of people do because that's why everybody's like, yeah, Amelia for for Britain,
Yeah.
because it's like a lot of Americans loved her too and it wasn't,
Mhm.
like we don't want anything to do with like British culture. We're like, no, we're good. We
Mhm.
got we like America,
Yeah.
but like you'd see a lot of like the heavy USA people being like, yeah, Amelia because they know they get what she stands for, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of the point, I think. And again, it's like we said before, it's like when you're talking about different cultures, there are some cultures that are not good to be like
Mhm.
super super obtuse. It's like, when people came when like the colonists came to America, there were different like Indian tribes that ate children's hearts as part of rituals. Like that was that was a good thing to be a cannibal. It was like that was part of their culture, they would say. And we're constantly told that, culture isn't wrong. There's no culture that's better than another, but that is objectively worse than not taking the heart out of children. I like, you know what I mean? So, like those things, like that's obviously, again, it's a very obtuse example, but it gets the point across of saying, hey, there's differences, that just because people practice something doesn't make it a good thing. You have to find what's objectively true, and then you go off of what is objectively true, and then you try to govern yourself and your country, whatever, based off of that, whatever is objectively true.
Mm-hmm.
So we are buffering quite a bit, I'm noticing too. I hope that this is not
Oh
a
yeah,
issue,
it
but
dropped just now. I think it's gonna bounce back up here in a sec. Oh yeah, it's bouncing back up. So I don't know why
okay.
the Wi-Fi, or not the Wi-Fi, the internet just out here has been flaky lately. So I don't know if
Yeah.
something with the network or if they're fiddling with a tower. But okay, yeah, no, we're back up. So if it's buffering,
And with that,
refresh.
hey guys, did you know that you can give all of your money to Kat right now so she can keep giving you the great content that she does every single week? You can give to Kat through her Throne and Amazon wish lists, where you can buy her an entirely new computer that she desperately needs. I'm not joking. She desperately needs it really bad. We talk about it all the time. She needs so many new parts, and you could do that for her so that she can keep giving you the amazing content that you've come to know and love. You can also give to her through Ko-Fi or Coffee, whichever it is. You can give to her through the Dragon's Treasure by getting some coffee and tea, and then using the code Catherine_Naomi to get 10% off your entire order at checkout. You can also give subbies and gifted subbies and biddies here on Twitch. Yeah, so give all of your money to Kat today. Hashtag go broke for Kat. I'm getting better at this campaign. I'm getting like used to it, so like I can actually like do it kind of the like uniform every time, say the same thing every single time.
Uh, Bro,
So
Will was trying to find your script yesterday as well.
my script.
He's like, where's Hood's script? I gotta find his script. And then he did the exclamation mark go broke. Which who made that, by the way? Who made that? I did not make that command. I would like you all to know. I would like you all to know I did not make that command. Just for the record.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it.
But again, for anyone who missed it, we finally figured out where they were putting my Throne packages that I was supposed to be receiving. So
Yeah, how's the mouse work, by the way? Did you get a chance to use it?
I'm using it right now. It's smooth like butter, guys.
Let's
watch
go.
this,
I
guys.
was worried it
Watch
was
this.
broken after you told me that.
Ooh, it's not having a seizure on screen.
Let's go.
Yes, it is a little
You'll love to
smaller than
see
what
it.
I'm used to, so I'm having to like retrain my hand to like
claw.
go flat
Yeah.
a little.
Mhm.
But it is glorious. I got my little side buttons as well that are super thin, so I'm afraid of breaking them when I press them. But no, it's great. I was telling my mom about the buttons, the side buttons, where it's like, oh yeah, it can like you click the front one and it jumps ahead. You click the back one, it jumps back.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, Mom, you
Mhm.
need this kind of mouse. It'll change your life.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice to have that as an
Yeah,
option.
so it's great. It's great. Squirrel, I did not get your sticker yet. I am very upset. I got everything else except your sticker.
Interesting.
So, but yes, shout out to all the peoples that gifted me things on Throne. I can now receive Throne gifts again now because now we know where they're putting them. Because before I was like, don't send me things. Don't do it, guys, because I don't know where the stuff is. Please stop. So if you wish to gift Throne things, I now know where they're putting them. So I can now receive your items. So, oh, I was so stressed out. I'm like, I can't win. I can't win. I'm stuck in middle of nowhere
Mhm.
and nothing's working. So, but yeah. Anyway, be wise with your giving and spending to me and to others as well. Make sure you take care of yourselves. So, anyway, I'm just gonna quickly read Grace's
But that's
comment here.
Amelia.
Yeah, that is Amelia, guys. Amelia is best girl. So keep your eyes peeled for more Amelia memes and anything else that's gonna come from that. Grace says we can help you become independent, but we shouldn't buy Saskatchewan or Alberta. I really don't think that's a great idea. I'd be curious to hear more on that as to why. Well, I could see how it could be messy. We've been talking about for years how the West should break off from the rest of Canada. But at the same time, we'd have to get BC on our side, which it would be hard because they're also kind of
Mm,
known for being bougie liberals like Toronto area is. So,
mm.
um
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea. I know that there'd be a lot of like wild logistics that could happen with that. That could kind of cause potential issues. And again, I also am like I get the idea of some people being like, no, I don't want to do that because I want to remain Canada. I'm kind of more I'm more of like of the mindset like there's a lot of people that are like, keep this land this particular way and this whatever. I'm more like I just want people to not despise each other and to follow God. That's like so like the closer that you can get to doing that and to actually like whatever. It's like whatever can cause that to happen is I think more important to me. I think a lot of the time we get caught up in things that are fairly more trivial, I guess, like again like whose land is this or whatever and I'm more concerned about the hearts of people so like hey if that was like you guys trying to cut off so that way you don't have to deal with like the bad government, you just let them go to their own devices, cool, that's fine. And if you didn't, then that's fine too. You just as I would just want to see if you didn't have that happen, I would like to see where you know, Canada got to where like I don't know, they don't have the MADS system anymore and the wild other parts of like the healthcare system and whatever else. So,
Mhm.
um just as an example, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think like and I do agree with Grace on that is like yeah, like because it is our country we need to be fighting for it. I think once I don't know, people get their heads out of their butts and once all the like here's the thing. Sorry, I know we're going to go off on a tangent a little bit. I'll try to just keep it very simple and then we'll move on to other things. But um the whole trucker convoy back during the pandemic, that was an extremely peaceful protest where they were literally going to the Capitol to be like, we want to talk because this is not working and this is not okay. And yeah, of course, you have people getting sprinkled in to be like the bad eggs, and be like, oh, look at them. They're like funny mustache people and stuff like that. And it's like, no, that person obviously looks very out of place amongst everybody else. And everybody else around them, when they saw them, were like, hey, no, no, we're not doing that. And when they got to, and again, the whole time Trudeau was like, oh, well, these like poor peasant people, yada, yada. Once they got closer and closer to the capital and were gaining more and more following, he decided to pull the terrorist attack card and sick the like police and army on these people. So some of these people I believe are still in jail or still paying for court bills and stuff like that. And during that time like people's bank accounts got frozen, GoFundMe pages got shut down. Like it was terrible. And kind of like, peaceful protesting, they weren't screaming, they weren't kicking, they weren't breaking things. Like a lot of people actually like business owners in the area where they were all kind of hanging out when they got to Toronto were saying like, yeah, no, they've kept the streets clean. They've actually like helped lower crime because you have these big burly truck drivers walking around and being like, "Hey, don't do that." And business has been booming. And then some of these places got shut down after everything because they were told when they get here, do not let any of the truckers in. Do not let any of these protesters in. Do not service them, nothing. And some people are like, well, no, look at them. They're fine. And those people that let them in got shut down. That's what I have issue with. And that's why, same as England, same as America, like Canada needs to wake up and be like, okay, this is not okay. This should not be allowed. We need to actually take our country back. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
and
digress.
I totally see what you're saying, Grace, by the way, too. Like that does make a lot of sense. I totally get that. I think for me, I'm like, if things could be done like peaceably, which I just, obviously don't see
Yeah.
potentially happening, it would kind of be something in my mind, I guess if I envisioned it this way, would be like if we ever did acquire like the west side of Canada, it would probably
Mhm.
have to come either by extreme diplomacy where it's just like, "Hey, we're buying this, that cool?" And the other side's like, "Sure, fine, it's cool because we don't really feel like messing with America because, they probably wouldn't want to mess with us anyway." Um, and the other side they want that, and so, it's going to cause a lot more issues. So either that or it would have to be where Canada fights it out and then almost like the west side becomes its own separate thing and then says, "Hey, we want somewhere to go." And then America's like, "Sure, you could do that." Like, you know, because otherwise, yeah, I think a lot of what you're saying is very, very possible to happen. I think it's just like there's a lot of things that could it,
Mhm.
it could get very messy very quickly because um of just how our world works now. But it's again, it's more the idea for me. I'm kind of on like where, hey,
Yeah.
it like I don't think it's like I don't have like a problem with it, I guess myself in terms of saying like, "Oh, you can't come to America." But I'm also like, hey, I get wanting to be patriotic about being Canadian too. So that's fine.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. I again, I'm more of like what the idea is cuz I've even said recently to somebody and then I think they may have taken it the wrong way at one point, but I was like,
Mm.
I'm like, America is basically just modern day Roman Empire. That's basically what
Mm.
it is. It's the superpower of the world. And they're like, yeah, see, well, I'm glad that you said that because there's a lot of people that try to say, this is God's country and it's not because of this. And I'm like, I'm like, well, hold on. Cause I'm like, I hear you. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm like, it is founded on Christian principles. That's how it became the superpower that it is. I personally believe it's because God blessed us all that up from because that's what we founded everything on and tried to follow his ways and tried to we I mean this is a very new experiment, America. It's like trying to do something where people can freely I mean the original idea was so that they could freely worship God the way they wanted to and not have to be under the Catholic rule of Britain. That was the original reason the colonists came over here initially.
Mhm.
Oh, hi Raiders, by the way.
Yes, welcome
um
in.
and so it's like, you know I do think that all those things, like the fact that that's the foundation and all of that, like that's why we are blessed. However, we are heading toward where we're going like the route of what Rome did, which is it's like it gave itself cancer and
Mhm.
destroyed itself from the inside out because no one could hurt the Roman Empire. It was only once they dissolved from the inside that then they were able to get penetrated, so to speak. So it's like,
Mhm.
you know, I I see that happening. Like I see those tides turning with America too. And so it's like, it's like you just I like I because I get where the other person was coming from. Some people can get into their head that like this place can do no wrong. And it's like, well, that's not the case. Like we're all human beings. We all can make decisions. And so what it comes down to is like, are you following and being obedient to God or are you not as a
Mhm.
country? If you're not, you're gonna have issues. That's just naturally going to happen. If you are, then I believe God will protect you. It doesn't mean you won't have struggles and trials and all this other stuff, but that's that's the way to go. And I feel like that was kind of shown from America's like inception is like, a lot of the people were doing that up until probably the later or sort of 1800s and then that's when you started seeing this kind of more hedonistic, especially more, atheistic, more whatever mindsets start to kick in and communistic once you get into the like the 19 teens and um yeah and then that's when everything kind of went haywire.
Mhm.
So anyway, but yeah, I think I was the one that brought up Amelia and I was like I love Amelia. I need us to we got to show some stuff about
Yeah.
Amelia. I think
Oh,
she's really funny.
Amelia's great. Amelia's great. So I'm happy you brought her up because my gosh, just that reminder of, you know, it's because again, like I said, the loudest people are all online. Like the people that have their head up their butts or head in the clouds or whatever, they're the loudest ones online. It's always rules for the event, but not for me. And it gets really depressing. And so I see your comments there, Brittany. That's really good. I'm really happy to hear that there is like positive things coming out of Canada and politics and stuff like that. Like that's really good to hear.
Yeah, yeah,
Um but yeah, so it's just I think we needed that little bit again, like a good laugh, but then a little bit of a reminder that there are still based people out there who are like grounded in reality and realize like, hey, this is dangerous or hey, this isn't right. And it's
mhm,
not just, um whatever, like just a teeny tiny little portion of it. It's like, no, it's like there are a lot of people out there. So it's it's encouraging. It's very encouraging, especially with where
mhm.
we're gonna go from here. So it's like
Yeah.
hold on to that encouragement, hold on to your faith in humanity.
You're gonna need it.
You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it for this next section. Cause oh my gosh. It's just all right.
Lay it on me,
So
Kim.
all right. So for anyone who doesn't know, um, I've been seeing this,
Also,
what's it
really
called?
quick, just to interject, Greenluck did say that he opened the game and it still is Amelia's still there. So
Oh,
apparently they
okay.
didn't patch her out.
Well,
So
I
there you
wonder
go.
I wonder if maybe they did and then they got enough backlash and were like,
They
"Fine, we'll put
could
it back
have.
in."
They could have. That's totally plausible. Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, I'm not Christian, but let me tell you how Jesus would act. Oh, don't get me started, Uncle Squirrel. Don't get me started. Ah, okay, we'll save that for Thursday. That could be Thursday's rant. She lives. Oh man. Okay. I'm just gonna close it for a sec so I can pull this up because I'm trying to remember. I'm doesn't know is this one. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, there's this anime series called uh Gachiakuta. I think I'm saying that right. I could be butchering that. But it has, if you haven't heard of it, that's
Shakuta.
okay. It's one of those like I trip over my tongue trying to pronounce it properly. Because it's not One Piece, it's not Bleach, it's not like these anyway,
Yeah.
it's not these English words. But this series has like blown up online, and I'm like, hey, that's great, cool. I haven't checked it out yet. I wasn't too sure about it because it has been very heavily accepted by the very toxic woke side and alphabet soup and everything groups. And so I'm like, okay, it's one of those series. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't need that. And my first thing of kind of like seeing a little red flag about the fan base was what was it? A new character was introduced, and a lot of people were lashing out at the creator, being like, "Oh, you're self-inserting because this character happened to be female with bright red hair and like a black streak, and the creator happens to be female with very red hair and a black streak." And she's like, why are you like why does it matter? First of all, why does it matter? Like creators
Yeah.
can insert themselves into whatever they want. It's just cringy when it's like, it's very obvious that this is about them and their trauma, or they're like, I didn't get to experience this, so I'm like self-insert. Like that's when it's cringy.
Yeah.
But from what I saw online, people are like, guys, she's a side, like this is a side character. Why are you so like why are you making like mountains out of molehills? It's a side character. She didn't
Well,
make herself the main character.
and even aside from that, just to interject too, because like, we talked about this, I think, a week or two ago, the same thing of self inserts and stuff. And you know, I think a lot of people associate self-inserting with like, oh, it looks like you, therefore, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, because it's wearing the same, in this case, the same hairstyle or the same clothing. It's like, well, maybe they just like that hairstyle and clothing,
Yeah.
like so they want the character to have that because they like that. Like I've done that before with characters that I've written. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have characters that I've written that wear beanies. It doesn't mean that that character is literally me. I just
Mm-hmm.
like the beanie look. So I'm like, yeah, I want my characters to have that.
Yeah.
When it's, depending on the setting, when it's appropriate. So it's like, you know I don't think that just because they look like you means that. I feel like
Mhm.
and again, self-insert does not immediately mean bad, first off. Like,
Yeah.
even when it is, like, you in the position of that character, it depends on how it's done. And usually the way we see it done nowadays is in, like, a Velma sense, where you have this
Yeah.
character that is very much like, that's, like, the worst kind of self-insert because you have a property that already exists, you change the property, and then you put yourself in the place of a character in that property, and then you say all of this stuff of, like, it's more like your agenda and your I don't know how to say it. Like, there's you're not really telling a story, you're lecturing people. On top of, especially when you're inserting yourself into something that already exists, in this case, Scooby Doo. To my understanding, I believe
Mhm.
the Velma in that Scooby Doo started having, like a romantic relationship with, was it the Shaggy of that world? I can't remember. That's when it starts to feel weird because it's like, oh, it almost feels like this is your fan fiction. Not
Mhm.
like not like, oh, I'm making an original story and I make a character that happens to look like me or happens to think similarly to me or whatever. It's like it's the way that, and like the material that you put yourself in that specifically makes the feeling of a
Mhm.
self-insert particularly feel bad. So, like, I just kind of wanted to clarify that because I feel like, we do say all the time, like, oh, it's a self-insert, but it's not necessarily bad. It's the way it's done.
Yeah, like
That's what makes it feel that way. You
like
know?
here's my favorite self-insert of all time. Stan Lee. All the Marvel movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone's looking. Everyone's looking like, where's Stan? Where's the what how is he gonna appear in this movie? Like that was one of the best things. One of my
yeah,
favorite things. So yes, exactly. Self-insert isn't necessarily bad. We just all
yeah,
have Velma aftertaste in our mouth, like blah, like no,
yeah.
ew, ew.
Well, and his was a little different too because, like, to be fair, like, he was just throwing himself in as a cameo.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, typically a self-insert is the protagonist, typically, is what they
Hmm.
mean. So, like, that's why Velma really fits that very well because she literally made herself the main character and then made all the other characters revolve around her from a different piece of media, like that. So she put herself into Scooby-Doo. That's,
Hmm.
like, the type of self-insert that feels particularly egregious to people, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, see, but that's why I was so confused with this one, but was because like the character that looks like her is a side character. It's not a main character. So it's like, why is everyone getting so upset? This is like the equivalent of like Stan Lee kind of popping up in different series. Like, yeah, she's in
Mhm.
like if in fact she is putting herself like if that character is how like she's like, oh yeah, this is me in the series. It's a side character. It's not a main character.
Yeah,
Why are we so
right.
upset? Like everyone's just butthurt that they can't be in the series. I don't know. It just felt very petty and it was like, who cares? Like, they're the creator. If
Yeah.
they want to put a character in that looks like them, they can do it. It's their series. Go write your own series. Like, what do you mean? So, I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry to bring up the trauma. Yes, the series we will not speak of anymore. Just had to, yeah. Anyway, so that was my first kind of little red flag of the series and fan base and stuff like that. Then I stumble upon this post where the fan base is now saying that one of the main characters is trans and the author came out and said, "Whoa, whoa, no, no," cuz some idiot made an edit where it looked like the author because she is very active on Twitter apparently. And they made it look like that she sent them a DM and be like, "This character's trans. No one will ever believe you. Ha ha ha." And it blew up with people, half people being like, okay, like she would not send a random DM to a random person saying this random thing. And then everyone else being like, yay, we got trans representation. Let's go. Like, this is our series. This is more so our series now more than ever before. Like, yeah. And then she came out and she's like, guys, like, I never said that. And also, like, no, I never said that about that character. That's not me.
Mhm.
And
And
then
I wouldn't
also,
end things with the poop emoji. I remember she specifically
yes,
said
the
that.
poop emoji. She's like, why? And then that kind of became a meme for a while, like, oh, haha, poop emoji at the end. It's like, oh, it must be her. But then people also started to label on her like, oh yeah, like this is our series and she's one of us because she's non-binary and stuff. And she publicly came out on like, I think it was like her Instagram or something, and she's like, them, yeah, she's non-binary. Me, Nani? Huh? Like,
Yeah.
when did I ever say I was non-binary? When did I ever say anything about my character's sexuality and stuff like that? Like, what on earth? So now she's getting all this flack and backlash and stuff, being like, oh, well, you don't understand your characters and stuff, and you need to just let them be themselves. And like, they're freaking fictional characters. What do you mean? And also, she made these characters. What do you mean she doesn't understand her characters? Just the whole, like, just you
Yeah,
can't fix
it's
stupid,
the
guys. You can't fix stupid. It's like these are literally fictional characters. Who cares about their sexuality? Who cares if they're representing this, that, or that? They're just made to be characters. And the whole like throwing the thing of like, you don't understand your characters, you're oppressing them. It's like, they're fictional characters. You can't oppress fictional characters.
yeah. Yeah, it's the can't decipher fiction from reality syndrome that everybody talks about. And it's not just a saying, it's quite real. You will see it all throughout because when you become too chronically online like that, you think your echo chamber is reality and you
Yeah.
don't realize that that's not how the world works, that's not how people think, that's not you just are stuck in this bubble, this group. Um where all of your delusions are fostered and are allowed to fester rather than the rest of reality coming in and punching you across the face. You're able to kind of hide in this bubble and you think that your reality is real suddenly. And you see it in so many different ways, and specifically it happens with anime the most. And I think it's just because anime is still currently anyway largely rather traditional, for lack of a better term. I wouldn't say conservative, but like they make so many different one, they keep their female characters attractive in all the ways that we know that's attractive. Okay, they have a lot of like marriage propaganda, so a lot of very cute stories of just like girl likes boy and boy likes girl type of a thing. No weird stuff, no orgies, no, whatever. Just like a fragrant flower type of a story. They
Mm-hmm.
just have that.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of
Yeah.
just that. And that goes against what the powers that be are trying to push right now. All of the kind of hedonism type of a thing. And so I think that's why this particular media gets, because they're really trying to pressure them and push them into this. And recently I've been seeing where people have been saying like, hey, like from Japan, they're like, a lot of Japanese people don't know how bad the localizations are over here, and once they started hearing about it, they're kind of getting upset about it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they're starting to get upset that people are trying to make them do what they want. And so I even remembered hearing like, so Square Enix, I think, like basically moved their headquarters out of the California one back to Japan, I believe. So that's a good
Oh,
start because that
really?
means that I heard that, yeah. So that because
Dang,
they're
let's
like, you
go.
keep losing us like so much money,
Yep.
we're
Yep.
taking you out of there. But then I even heard, just as a general rule of thumb, they're like basically making a stand to say like, you can't tell us what to do. Like you can't tell us how we're gonna make our media. You got to quit doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make it how we want, and you're just going to be okay with it. And there's a lot of different creators that have been saying that, and I think it's even started going toward a governmental level, but I can't remember. I'd have to read those articles again, that I had seen. And I'm like, good, because like this could go either one of two ways. Either like how this girl is, she will either cow to them because she doesn't want the flag and she'll do what they ask, which I hope isn't the case, or she'll start, and I hope the rest of Japan does this, because as much as I love anime, I
Mm-hmm.
hope that she'll just say, "Screw you, I'm going to do it harder. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to like make them come out and say, "You thought I was a girl? No, I'm actually a boy," or whatever the case is in this case.
Yep.
Just to rub it in, just to say, "You don't control me. You don't get to tell me what I'm going to do. and I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not going to be afraid of you. Because that's what a lot of these echo chamber people are thriving on is they thrive on fear, which is what the enemy thrives on, right? As he tries to get people to be afraid all the time. And so, do what we ask or else, or else I'll
Mhm.
get a hold of your employer, or else I'll show up at your doorstep, or else I'll call your family members, I'll find a way, or else I'll hack your computer and put actual
Yep.
abusive material on there. I'm trying to be discreet.
Yep.
So
Yep.
all these are real scenarios, by the way. These are all things that really happen to people. Do what I'm telling you to do, or else I'm going to find your brother's grave and urinate on, and then send a picture of that to you to intimidate you. People are insane. They will do, and they
Mhm.
do it to make you do what they want, so that what they believe is reality, aka this fictional scenario, can be made in their image the way that they want. And like Kat's saying, it's like they're not real. These are not real people. These are fake people, and you're treating them like real people. And I've seen a tweet that's like super, super, super famous that was going around. It's like people will treat fictional characters like real people, and they'll treat real people like fictional characters all the time.
Oh my gosh, yep. That's so based.
Yep. And it's like it happens way too often.
Yep.
Um, and so again, this is a scenario once again where you have to just tell these people to kick rocks and suck toes. That's basically it. That's the only thing that you can do to get them off of you. And like, and again, sometimes double down just to get them to go find something else to destroy. It's like, no, I'm not apologizing. But we're gonna do okay, try it. And most of the time, a lot of these people are just trying to bully because they don't intend to do anything. But the ones that do, well, then you got something to deal with potentially. But my point is most of the
Mhm.
time they just are trying to bully with words. And once you punch them back, they back off and they're like, ah, let's go find someone else to bully. And you have to keep doing that forever until they learn you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that anymore. You're not allowed to bully us. You're not allowed to tell me what my thing is. If you want to make your thing, you go make your thing and we'll see how popular it is. Okay. But the reason that
Mhm.
they don't do that is because they know it won't be popular.
Oh, they
They know
know.
nobody likes this. They
Yep.
just want to inject it into their stuff. And then that's why they, like how Kat said, they claimed this suddenly. You know, uh, Gachi Akuda, that's our thing now. That's ours. It's like, who told you that? Who told you it was yours? You don't just get to plant a flag and just claim it,
Yep.
That's
Yep.
not how that works, but that's what they try to do. And then they say, "Well, this character's always been this way." That's what they did with Laura Croft. They're like, "Oh, uh, she's always been feminist. She always was like a seeker of truth." No, she wasn't. She was a super freaking filthy rich British billionaire or whatever she was, super extremely wealthy, who goes and finds artifacts for the love of the game.
Mhm.
Not to put it in a museum to keep it for herself because she wants it. That's it. That's her whole thing. She is not altruistic. She is not like a good guy trying to like, reestablish indigenous culture. She doesn't care about none of that. She doesn't care. She's like, I want this. It's mine now.
Mhm.
And I don't care what I have to do to get it. It's mine now. And that's why people liked her, is because she was kind of a she was I don't know what the word I was gonna say brat, but it's not really brat. She just was like she just did what she wanted to do. Um but again, and it's like they did that with Bayonetta, same thing. Bayonetta got the same treatment of like, when that image came out where she was like it was an official image of her with a kid marrying one of the characters in the game or whatever, and people flipped their lid because they're like, no, she's not straight, she's something else, because they had their own headcanon. And they're like, but look at what she said over here and this and that, when really the character was just kind of tongue in cheek. She would say things like, what
Mhm.
was one of the phrases she would say? She'd say, "I'm not really all that interested in children, but making them, that's another story." Like that's one of her famous lines that she says, right? So
Mhm.
she's just very tongue in cheek and very whatever. But because they hear something like that, they're like, "Oh, it's our thing now."
Yeah.
She's not this and whatever. And so yeah, you just gotta again. I feel like we talk about it almost every session, but it's because it's so prevalent. Like
Mhm.
you have to gatekeep. You
Yep.
have to
Yep. Yep.
keep bad people out. You have to. Like disingenuous people that want to change the thing you like, it is okay to say, no, you're not allowed to play this with us. No, you're not allowed to watch this with us. No, you're not allowed to come in here. And when they cry about it, you say, well, if you change your mind and you want to join us in watching this and not try to change it, you're more than welcome. But until then, you have to stay outside. And that's it. And period. And when they say, but that's not fair, it's like, well, yeah, it is. But that's racist. Well, that's okay. And you just keep moving on. And it's just like, because their words don't mean anything, you know?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. Me personally, looking at this girly, it's like she looks like a freaking queen. Like she ain't gonna kowtow. And again, she's heavily involved online, whereas like a lot of authors of mangas and stuff like that, like I don't think they really are. So I think that's why I was a little hesitant when I was like, oh, like this toxic community has adopted this anime as theirs. I'm like, ah, okay. But now seeing this, it's like that that's not who the author is. She just wanted to make a series that she enjoyed and characters that she liked. That's it. And so all
yeah.
these people being like, "Oh, this and that," she's like, "No, no, 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 it's not." Like she's not rude about it, but she's also not. "Oh, I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding." No, she's like, "Uh, I'm not non. Like, when did I ever say I was non-binary? Stop trying to piece me into your narrative. Stop trying to take control of my characters." Like again, like you said, the biggest kind of like, um I guess middle finger to these crazies is to write in like I'm this. Like I don't even know who this character is. I don't know if they are a guy or girl. I have no idea who they are. So it's like to like
Yeah.
blatantly say like I'm this or I mean, okay, I'm not saying that, you should kill off your characters to be petty, but if she really wanted to go at them, be like, nope, now you can never say anything about this character again because this character's dead. It's like, what?
Yeah. Or make them like extremely the opposite. So it's like, well, I
Yep,
think
yep.
this character's gay. Make them just like like
Super
extremely
butch.
straight. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just make it like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this girl character, I think she seems kind of butch. I bet she's probably, and you just go the exact opposite. Like she's just tries to be super feminine, tries to be super, like, because that's the only way to like kind of push back. I'm not saying like you have to do that because like obviously I think the better option is just keep doing your own thing, keep making the character what it is. But I'm just saying like you almost have to like have that
Mhm.
kind of mentality almost of like how can I make this very like just to rub it in a little bit, because
Yeah.
it's so annoying watching them try to just come and
Yeah.
take control of things. It's very
Yeah.
frustrating. But
Like again, if the author doesn't say anything, then yeah, like you can assume, but that doesn't mean it's headcanon. Like I feel like things have just gotten so much more toxic. And again, I I know some wonderful people who are gay or lesbian and stuff like that. They refuse to associate with the alphabet soup community anymore because it is just so toxic and so ugly. They're like, "No,
yeah,
I'm just going to be gay and live my life. That's not my entire identity. I do this, I do that. I and so it's anyway, but
yeah,
the whole thing with like, shipping characters too. Like I feel like that's gotten even more toxic cuz again, the
yeah.
whole like, "Oh, Naruto and Sasuke." Yeah, that was a thing back in the day, but guess what? No one screamed when he ended up with Hanada. Like it was like no. It was like, okay, well, yeah, no, that's how the story is being written. That's how it is. Whereas, the whole Deku and Bakugo, he ends up
Yeah.
with Uraraka and they're screaming bloody murder in the streets. It's like, oh my gosh. The author literally teased at this from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you're shocked and you're gonna throw a
That
hissy fit? Like, what
That's
is
why I'm
wrong with
so
you?
happy that he decided because he could have just left it where he left it, which was he technically ended the series and it didn't show any of that. Like it didn't show any resolution to
Yeah.
their relationship, but people like were demanding like you can't leave it like that. You got to give it
Hmm.
something. And so in order to appease them, he's like, "Sure, I'll release one final volume really quick to say what happened." And then that's where that's where it's like confirmed that
Yep, yep,
him and Uraraka are together. And I'm like, I'm glad you did that. Like that's
yep.
kind of what I'm talking about, right? Like that's even the like organic way to do exactly what I'm saying. They're like, oh well, now it's always in my head canon. That's what it's gonna be. It's like, nope, I'm gonna make something just specifically to prove you wrong, just to show you that no, you don't get to control. This is what I want my characters to be. So
Mhm.
you know,
Yep.
I just like I'm so glad that he ended up doing that. I even remember back in like season 2, back when that was first out. So that would have been almost a decade ago now. I remember being like, man, I wonder where they're going to take this because I was seeing some of that starting to come
Mhm.
up like that talk of like, oh, this character with this character and but that I'm like I remembered seeing I'm like I really love this series. I really don't want them to completely alter it because it would completely change the dynamic of everything too on top
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. And so I was really glad that he stayed true to that because I'm like, I just know what even back then I was kind of like seeing it, but I wasn't seeing it how we see it now. It was like I was getting like whiffs of it at the time. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, it would it would just like kind of change everything that's already been established. And it just, it'd be really sad if they kowtowed to that. And
Yeah.
so it's cool to see him not give into that he was just like nope, this is it. And it makes me wonder what the next thing that he writes, if he does write anything, if one, is he gonna do the whole like kind of group thing again where he's like, hey guys, what do you want to see, or if he's gonna be like, that was a mistake, not doing that again.
Yeah.
um
Well, I don't
I
think
don't know.
I don't think he's doing that with, or I don't think he did do that with My Hero Academia, like the Vigilantes spin-off series. I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
he did it with that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I just know my brother was very into My Hero Academia. Um my one of my younger brothers, and was telling me about that because he really liked that. But I think
Yeah.
I think anime becoming like worldwide, like just
Hmm.
exploding, was the biggest blessing and curse ever. Because
Yeah.
yes, they have bigger fan bases now and they're probably earning a lot more because more people are buying or watching and whatever. But also, you're more exposed to the crazies, which there's a lot
Right.
here in North America, which I say North America
Hmm.
because there's just as many in Canada as there is in the States. So, whereas, yeah, there's probably like, there's definitely crazies in like other parts of the world too, but the disease of entitlement and
Yeah.
arrogance and rules for thee but not for me is running so rampant in North America that it's like, oh, I'm so sorry to the people of Japan. I am so sorry that we've taken this thing that was yours in the beginning and are now trying to ruin that.
We'll see like the way that he handled it is the perfect way because look, nothing happened to the guy that was the author of My Hero, right?
Yeah.
So the people that kowtow, I think they think, "Oh no, what's going to happen if I do?"
Mhm.
Nothing happened to him. People moved on. And like yeah, it still comes up every like now and then someone might be like, "I still think this is
Mhm.
dumb." But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's over. It blew over. They found something else to come destroy, aka this one we're looking at on screen right now.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
you know, nothing happened to him. So if you just keep putting your foot down, that's how you deal with the crazy. Is they say, "Well, I think it should be," and it's like, "Oh, well, too bad. I'm doing this." Well, I don't like it. Then I'm not going to read. Okay, you don't have to read. Go elsewhere. And then the people that actually care about it are going to support it, and that's how it's always been. Where it's like,
Mhm.
if it's good enough and enough people like it, it will be shown that way. But instead, a lot of people keep trying to adhere to a very small minority of people that are just very loud. And then they realize it's like again, it's the meme of, I think this thing should change. Okay, we'll change it for you. And then they're like, oh, I never intended to buy it. And goodbye. And then they walk away. And it's like, wait, but now it's changed, and now I have no audience. Nobody likes it now.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it just doesn't even behoove you to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so again, just a reminder guys, don't kowtow to the haters or the masses, especially if you're doing what's right. Like it's the
Yep.
whole thing of like, "Oh, you're racist." Okay, and like you just
Yeah.
shrug it off because like they're doing it for a reaction or for a power move. I don't know, anything. They're doing it because they don't care about you. They don't care about your series. Same with the people that scream at the games like, "Oh, this is like objectifying women or this is that." It's like, "Okay, but were you even going to play the game even if we changed it?" No. So, what's the point?
Mhm.
Like,
And this same mentality also, by the way, goes for like Christians who might come to you and say, I don't like that you're doing this because this doesn't feel Christ-like to me, and I don't like, I don't think this represents this or that or the other thing. They're also oftentimes the very same type of mentality, just from a different perspective.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
And so the best way that I go about, like, when I write or create anything is before I even write a single word, for instance, I will first say, God, I am dedicating this material to you. So whatever it is supposed to be, I give over to you, and I want your will to be done with it. So whatever I write, I want that to be from you, that this is your book now. This is your whatever I'm making. Okay. And then I just write, and I just let it come out. And then if I write something, because I've even had times where I've written something and I feel convicted about it, I'll delete it and I'll think of something else. Or I write something and I feel like not convicted. I feel like, should I include this? And I'll be like, no, I think it's got to stay there. And then I keep going. I've done that on a handful of occasions because I'm like, I I had to like learn how to decipher to kind of discern the spirit, so to speak, of knowing which of these is a spirit of fear, like I'm worried that what people are going to say, and which one of these is actually the Holy Spirit saying, I don't want you to do that. That's not what I want you to do. Because I think a lot of the time you'd be far more surprised at what God would want you to do than what people will often tell you, or quote unquote, what Christians will say this is how this should be. Like for instance, right now, I'm gonna give you just a snippet because I haven't finished it and I don't know what the full thing is yet. I'm going off of 2 episodes, okay? I just
Mhm.
started watching a show called House of David, if anybody's seen that. So far and beyond better than the animation that came out recently. Like night and day different. It is so much better.
Praise the
It
Lord.
actually is following the story. It actually has like violence in it in a war story. Wow, can you imagine? Um
Crazy.
I've very much been enjoying it. And in that show, they do make some certain like inferences that are not said scripturally. Inferences about David's origin in terms of like his mother. It never talks about his mother in the Bible, but it infers that his mother is a Gentile. And then it in the film, spoiler alert, it's I mean, if you know the Bible, you know it doesn't matter anyway, but
Yeah.
they kill the mom. Okay. And so it's for some people they'd be like, "Well, his mom wasn't that. There's no way it could have been." But we don't actually know. Okay? We don't actually know. So, is it possible? Well, it's possible, sure. And they're going based off of the basis of there's different places in Psalms where David says that his brothers were always against him. I'm paraphrasing that, but he basically
Mhm.
says I was always at odd ends with them. They're going off of the fact that Eliab, when he goes to deliver the rations to them during the Goliath battle, he's like, "You just are," when David's like, "What is it that the king will give to the one who takes down the Goliath?" Eliab comes up and he's like, "You just like war. Get out of here, dumb kid," basically, right? Well, they're trying to justify that. So the way they justify it in the series without spoiling anything is they try to insert these different kind of creative liberties, but the creative liberties are not based off of what you see in scripture, it's what you don't see in scripture. So in
Mm.
this case, because we don't know about David's mom, because it doesn't really talk about, then they make an inference to say, well, why would Jesse not have shown David as part of the different sons, right? When Samuel comes and says, I'm here to anoint one of your sons, he's like, here they all are, pick which one it is. But he's like, it's
Mhm.
none of these. Do you have another son, right? And he's like, well, yeah, I got this other one. Why would he act like that, right? We don't really know
Mhm.
because it doesn't give a lot of context. Well, the House of David tries to give context to that. It tries to give a reason for why that would have been the case.
Mm.
Personally, I think it's kind of cool, especially because we don't know. Okay. My point being though is I know for a fact, and it happened with the chosen. It happened with a lot of different biblical things. People
Yeah.
get mad because it's not the way that I think the Bible is, and so then they attack that person. Or you see on the other side, it's a Christian making something that's not Christian oriented and they're like, "Why didn't you include God in that?" You know?
Mhm.
Why don't you try, we should be about saving people. So why is your material about, I don't know, like why is it Lord of the Rings-esque and why did you include magic and why did you include, like, don't you know that that's not biblical and that
Yeah.
that's where you just have to say, like, again, they're acting in a very similar manner that this is. They're trying to take control. It's like, "Oh, you know, you're not doing what I think you should be doing." It doesn't matter what they think. You write what you want to write so long as you believe that God is okay with it. If you don't feel convicted by that, then you do that. And as far as I'm concerned, God may want you to write that or create that, whatever the thing is,
Mhm.
for a reason. And you may not even know what it is. You may not even know why he's having you do that. But if you dedicate it to him and you trust that it's like, look, I'm gonna trust that you're gonna basically guide my pen, so to speak, that you're gonna help me know what to write on the page so that whatever actually comes out from it, whatever you feel like inspired to do, that's actually that's going to be from God to you. It's going to be like inspired by him. He's going to say, "This is what I wanted. This is exactly the type of story." Because even if it's not like the story that people think, God might say, "Well, but it gets this point across." Okay? It gets it gets the idea of what I'm trying to get across to them through your
Mhm.
perspective, right? It gets the point of love across. It gets the point of, and it might not even talk about God one single time, but God's not insecure, okay? So as long as it's telling truth, right? If the meaning of the story or whatever is pointing back to truth, then it's pointing back to God, even if it's indirectly, because God is truth. So I just wanted to bring that up too because I think a lot of like I see it on both sides. There's like two sides of the extremes of when someone's trying to create something, you have where it's like, I'm a Christian creator, I'm trying to write a story, and you have the Christians that come and attack them for it. And then you have the other people that are like, oh, well, you don't check off all these boxes and have the Tolkien characters that we want in there, then we're gonna come and attack you too. And I see that happen on both sides. So on one side, people will adhere to the tokenness and they'll just be like, all right, I guess I gotta include this, this, that, and the other thing, and then they ruin their story. Or they say from the Christian perspective, well, I guess I gotta ham fist a lecture, a sermon into my story or whatever, or I gotta ham fist, how this person, now that they're saved, has no flaws and never does anything wrong. I've seen people do that in their stories, kind of because they feel like, well, people are making me feel bad, like I feel condemned for writing my characters this way, and it's like that's where I'm like, you got to just kind of ignore all of them. You write the thing that you believe that God wants you to write, and you be happy with it, and then you go from there. And if you feel convicted about it, well, that's between you and God then. But if you don't feel convicted about it, but other people are trying to condemn you for it,
Mhm.
don't listen to that. That's some bull crap. So I don't know. That's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
Um, because I've had kind of a little bit of both sides of the same coin. I've had people tell me my stuff was too preachy, and I've had other people tell me that my stuff does not glorify God. So
Mhm.
I've had both sides of the same coin, and I basically ended up having to be like, for lack of a better term, screw you to both of them, and be like, fine, go do
Mhm.
something else then. I'm doing what I believe I'm supposed to be. I'm
Yeah.
doing what I want to see, what I like, and what I enjoy, and I go based off of like the convictions that I believe God gave to me on different things. Even with my own like content that I make on YouTube and stuff, okay? Like there's some people that would probably say I don't like some of the games you play because, I think they're a little too mature. I
Mhm.
don't think you do that if you're a believer or whatever. That's okay. You're allowed to believe that. I just don't feel convicted about that. But what I do feel convicted about, which you'll see throughout all my content, I gotta cut out the language. It just makes me feel bad. I don't
Mhm.
like it. That's what I would have wanted when if I was growing up, because I specifically remembered that. I'm like, man, I love that they're playing this cool game. I just wish they didn't swear so much. I just wish that this wasn't the case. And now, ironically, even though I still feel that way, like I'm so desensitized, like it doesn't even bother me anymore. But
Mhm.
but I just know with my own content, I'm like, I want to have an environment where people can be like, man, I want to check out this game. Oh, I don't want to play it though because it's got all this language. But you know what? I'll go watch Hood play it because I know he's going to cut out the language.
Yeah.
And so then I can view it, but I don't got to have that part of it. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I wanted to make that. And so it's for those types of people that are okay and they want to see this type of a thing, but without maybe this, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I do it. Someone else might do it differently. You may do it differently, and that's cool. Just don't let someone else bully you into saying how your piece of entertainment should be. If you want to talk about God a lot in in the story you're writing or whatever, go for it. God wants you probably to do that then if you gave it over to him. If you don't say a word of God, well, guess what? Esther didn't hardly either. Okay? Like I'm just saying, God uses all different sorts of things to reach to people and to help influence people. So anyway,
Mhm.
sorry. That was like a really long thing. I just felt like I needed to say that because
No, that's good.
we always talk
That's
about one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is equally as much there and sometimes more potent, especially if you do believe in God because you're like, well, I want to do the right thing. And then people are making you feel bad because it's like, well, you're not doing the right thing. It's like, well,
Mhm.
who told you that though? Like, are they doing the right? Is the person that's telling you that? Are they doing? You know? It's like so. Again, I just would listen to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Just go based off the Holy Spirit when you're writing.
Yeah. Well, I think people forget that, Christians making content that, yeah, maybe isn't like, you know, here's the story of David or here's a Bible study in here. Like, but they're making content that's wholesome, that's safe, that's, you know, whether or not it's like fully family friendly or like, it covers darker topics, but in a safe and healthy way. Like I think people forget that that is so needed in the world. Like same with there's um people who minister in churches and there's people who minister to people on the streets. You can't have the exact same cookie cutter layout of ministry between those two. It has to be different. It has to adapt.
Yeah.
And I think having like safe, clean media, whether it's books, whether it's TV series, whether it's music, I think that's very important because it kind of bridges that gap. Like if you were to take someone who had been living on the streets, addicted to drugs and alcohol, like exposed to like all sorts of crude, sexual, whatever content their entire lives, and then pull them into church, they wouldn't be ready for that. That would be culture shock to them. You just slowly ease people into that. Some people like, yeah, they get saved and boom, they're good. They're fine, they're dandy. But sometimes you need to have a bridge. And I think Christians creating God honoring content that maybe is not like a Bible study or a Bible story, I think that kind of helps bridge that. It shows people like, hey, guess what? It doesn't have to always be about sex and swearing and all this stuff. Like there can be healthy, magical adventures that, aren't doused in devil worship and all the and whatever else or sex scenes left, right, and center. Like the bard doesn't have to bed every single person, kind of those type
Yeah.
things. You can have positive media that still tells a good story, has like up and down moments, good characters. Like you can have those things. Those aren't bad things. But yeah, like you said, some people or some Christians get so caught up in but you're not like saying Jesus' name every third sentence where it's like you need to become a Christian and like that's okay. God can work through anything and everything.
Yeah.
So if you're
And it's meant to
surrendered,
be entertainment.
yeah,
It's not meant to
exactly.
be a lecture. If you wanted a lecture, you should be going to church. Well, a lot of the time,
Hmm.
these people don't want a lecture. They're wanting entertainment. Well, so then you can give a message through entertainment while still being entertaining because that's the thing. Again, the left usually knows how to do the method but no message,
Hmm.
and the right or Christians, typically they know how to do the message but no method. They don't know how to like get it across. So they end up making a movie that's an hour and a half to 2 hours long that's just basically one giant sermon in many cases. And even Christians get fatigued of that because it just doesn't even feel real sometimes to people. Like it just is like this
Hmm.
is not my experience. It's like when I became Christian, I didn't get over my addictions immediately. I didn't just want to start doing everything right out the gate and nothing wrong ever happened to me. That's not how that worked, you
Hmm.
know. And I've talked to many people that have said that to me. Secular people have said that. I would go up to them, I'd be like, "Be honest with me. What's the one if you had to give like one main reason you don't like Christian media. Can you tell me why that is?" I'm like, No judgment. I strictly want to know so that I can understand moving forward." And the number one thing I got, multiple people I asked, the number one thing I got was, "Well, it just doesn't feel very believable. Like the characters don't feel flawed. Like once they come to God,
Mhm.
they just everything
They're
works out for
perfect.
them." And
Yep.
yeah, and they're perfect and everything, and it just doesn't feel real to me. And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Noted,
Yep.
noted." And I've remembered that ever since then. And I'm like, "Okay." And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. That is reality. That's a lot of people's some people maybe get so close with God that a lot of those things don't happen anymore, but for a lot of people that's just not how it is. So again, you're not talking about the ideal unless that's what your story is actually about. You're often trying to show, here's the way that I see life. Here's the way that I see the world. What do you think about that? That's usually the whole point of a story. This is how I see life. Even if it's in a fictional reality universe, whatever, you're still talking about some element of the reality we all live in. Love,
Mhm.
or whether that's family, or whether that's, independence, or whether that's, whatever the thing might be, whatever the theme is, you're saying, this is how I see this. What do you think? And then it's
Mhm.
up for the other people to say, you make a good point, or no, that's not real. That's not how that works. And that's what we're seeing even a lot with like the media we get nowadays is they're saying this is how I view the world, and everybody's like, well, the way you view the world sucks. I don't like it. I don't like that the force is female. That's stupid. I don't like that. Like that type of a thing. So, um yeah, I don't know. I just want people to freely be able to feel like I can create this, and and get it down onto paper, and not like self censor yourself ahead of time. Get it down, get like what's out of your heart, and bleed onto the page no matter how crazy it is. And then you can go back and be like, "All right, God, is this really what you want? Because this is what came out of me. Is this what you want?" And then he'll help tailor it with you. And you might be surprised how much he has you leave in there, because a lot of the stuff that you bled onto the page is usually real. Like that's just
Mhm.
it's coming from the depths of your soul in many cases. Like right now, without going into detail, I'm writing a like it's kind of like a sci-fi fantasy type of a thing. It's a dark comedy, but so a lot of the humor is kind of I don't know how to say it. Some people might not appreciate it. Let's put it that way. But
Mhm.
the overall themes of like some of the positions I have for characters is meant to reflect kind of man's relationship with God in a way, is the best way that I can kind of describe it. Kind of like what's the word? Representations of the Garden of Eden, almost, if you'll think of it that way.
Mhm.
Um and so that was my version in this specific story of, hey, what I believe is still kind of getting out through the media. That's never going to not happen, because it's just part of who I am. It's going to come out in some way. It's just, how direct is it? Well, in this particular story, it's not very direct. It doesn't have anything to do with God. It's not very direct. I have another story where I actually do throw the concept of God in there into the story, even though it's mostly not about that. It still is a part of the story. And then I have a separate story that I made, one that's actually fully completed as well, that is very much about God. Like that's like a subplot almost, is talking to somebody about that. So again, it just depends. It just depends. You don't have to write anything one particular way. Anyway, I'm done. That's all I'm gonna say. I wanted to drive that home.
No, that's good. That's good. And I've had this conversation with a couple people before where it's like, kind of what Craig Muffin is alluding to. The issue I have with Christian media is that it is too often an inferior, sanitized copy of a secular show, book series, band, etc., which is very unfortunate. Kind of like what Hood was saying is like, the left side is good at doing the media, but bad at the message, and the right side, and more often than not, Christians are good at conveying a message, but bad at the media part. So it's finding that balance, you know? Because I've talked with a couple people who, some people are content creators who make Christian content, and some people are Christians who just make content, and neither
Hmm.
one is bad. There's some people who are called to do Bible studies and preach the gospel every single stream. And there's others who, are just called to make good content. Like that's what Hood and I do. Like, again, we're both Christians, but we're here talking about things, again, from a biblical standpoint, from a Christian perspective. But we're not sitting here reading the Bible every time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's important to
Hmm.
have a space where people can discuss, people can talk, and people can be entertained. I don't see anything wrong with that. Same with, there's the David series on Prime. I think that's great. And then there's others that are like, I'm trying to think of um like, who is it? The author of Full Metal Alchemist. I believe she's Christian or Catholic or something, and she makes content. You can probably, like, if you look close, you can see relation to like uh different aspects of God or the Bible and stuff like that. But it's not blatantly like, here's the Bible. And that's okay. That is okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. All I had to say. So with that, I think that's kind of a nice segue of because again, I told you guys we were gonna have a little mini crash out, and
Insane.
then we were gonna talk about different media that we enjoy. That um, heck, if you wanted to point out things of like, I like it because of this aspect, or I like it because it reminds me of this or whatnot, then that's cool. I know I didn't really give you much time to prepare, Hood, but if you have some, fantastic. If not, I got some on me, which I know exactly which one you're going to talk about first.
Perfect.
But and I've said this multiple times, guys. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it here. Like I can't express this enough. I know everyone's gonna laugh at me because I've talked about this so many times, but I was just so impressed with this series, The Greatest Estate Developer, which I know everyone's like, oh, even like, no. It's like, you don't understand. Like, in the webtoon world where everything is hyper romanticized or sexualized or this and that, like, this is kind of a breath of fresh air. And again, like, the only caution I'd give is there's some language, which
Mm.
again, he's kind of a bit of a wild card and freaks people out with his face. And it's it's very well done. And when it does talk about, like, uh whatchamacallit makes a joke or something, like, it's done tactfully, you know and
Yeah.
like, there is a little bit of romance, but so for the girl, he's like, oh, I need some romance. Like, there's a little bit of romance. It's not like blatantly there, but it's more so about character development and camaraderie and friendship and like a little bit of, like, a little bit of revenge, or like, oh, I'm gonna be the bad guy. But then also, with that, under that umbrella, it's also like, hey, I got mistreated in my first life. I want to make sure things are fair. I want to make sure people are treated equally. So
Mm.
it's just kind of like a breath of fresh air amongst all the over sexualized, or a big theme that I've seen is, I don't know how else to describe it, but revenge porn, where it's literally
Yeah.
people getting revenge, and it's just an excuse to be as extremely brutal and awful to people as possible. And it's getting old, and it's getting worse, and I'm kind of disgusted by it. And it's like, can we like can we just not? So,
That's because it's like fan fiction. That's why.
yeah,
It's like that's all that really is. So
it really is. It really, really is. And it's like, oh my gosh. So again, for anyone who maybe can't read the screen or anything, the description for this series, and again, it's just online. It's just a manhwa right now. I posted about this on X, and someone was like, oh man, I was hoping this is an anime. I'm like, I will be shocked if this doesn't get turned into an anime. However, I think it's gonna kind of follow the um Apothecary Diaries and Spy Family route, where it's going to be published first and then an anime is going to be made.
Mhm.
But it is blown up so much online because again, everyone's like, we're kind of done with the, you know, soft corn and this and that and stuff, or in like every single series. Like we're just kind of done. We just want a good adventure, you know? Where and also it's kind of educational because he was oh fiddlesticks. He was a civil engineering student. So we get to learn about, building things and planning for that and different logistics of that. And I think it's really cool. I like
Yeah.
educational, I like informational, but also I like a good story. Give me a good story. And not once in the series was I like, okay, they could have ended it here. Like the point where they chose to end it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And so like of course they have like a little spin-off series afterwards because I found with some manhwas that people are like, okay, I want to end it here on a good note and not drag this out. But then fans are like, oh,
Mhm.
what happens after? It's like, okay, well, here's a little spin-off series. So it's like, this is just like the aftermath. This isn't actually like part of the story, but it's like the little like, hey, here's a little sneak peek of these people did this or that person did that and stuff, which again, authors don't have to do. But I think it's really cool and really fun when they do because it just shows that they really care about their audience and their characters. So again, it was one of those where it's like it ended so perfectly. So perfectly. I cannot express that enough. And anyone who knows, you know, don't spoil anything. But just the ending was good. Perfect. Put a little bow on it, send it off. Finite. Excelente. Magnifique. But again, for anyone who's listening and can't read the little spiel about it, uh, when civil engineer student Suho Kim falls asleep reading a fantasy novel, he wakes up as a character in the book. Suho is now in the body of Lloyd Frontera, a lazy noble who loves to drink and whose family is in a mountain of debt. Using his engineering knowledge, Suho designs inventions to avert the terrible future that lies in wait for him. With the help of a giant hamster, a knight, and the world's magic, can Suho dig his new family out of debt and build a better future? I love how they included help from a giant hamster. I love that hamster so much. If that doesn't pull you in, I don't know what would. But yes. So anyway, that's one of them. Any recommendations from you, Hood?
um. Well, gosh, the ones that I've watched are like far more depressing, unfortunately. So I finished Made in Abyss at least up to where it is. And I would still recommend it if you can stomach it. But I'm telling you right now, you got to be able to stomach it if you can't. If you know you're squeamish, if you know that you're like, oh, I don't want to see like a kid get hurt or something like in a story or something like that. You can't watch this because that happens. Okay, so um, but just the gist of the story and how I love the world building and the atmosphere and the um I love like the concept of what's going on. This last season, the second season, I got to I finished it, and the last few episodes were a little bit like what's the word? They were a little confusing. Like I almost wanted to say clumsy writing, but I think it's because there might be something I'm not understanding, and it also could be, as I mentioned before talking about this series, the further down in the abyss you go, the more wild things get and the more insane things happen. Like people become more insane if they try to, you know what I'm saying? So like I wonder if it's like part of that, and I'm trying not to like spoil anything. Hey Yenzo, what's up, Yenzo? Hey,
Yenza!
hey, wow, that's
Welcome
Lizzie too.
in!
Whoa,
And a
yo,
princess! Oh my gosh! Hi,
let's
guys!
go.
Crashing out. Cat, are you okay? You guys stink. Wow. Hi, guys. Get rated. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Yenza. Welcome in, friends. Mwah. Good to see ya. Get in
Man,
here. You missed the crash out,
sick.
but now we're talking about
Yeah,
happy things. I need a little bit of happy.
yeah.
Ah.
It's the remedy after. So
Ah, we've crashed out about the things. Is this the Catherine Naomi?
the one and only. There is no other.
Hello, princess. Welcome in. Good to see you. No, go back to the crash out. Okay. I think we can. I think we can step back for a bit and do a little mini crash out. Just a recap. Just a recap of the crash out. Since we got double
Yeah.
rated at the same time, I think it's allowed. I
Yeah.
think it's okay. So, what we were talking about earlier is what was it? So basically, for anyone who recap the crash. Okay, so basically, um, I'm trying to I'm trying to think of how to like quickly summarize this. Uh, anime, great. We like anime. Unfortunately, woke crazies have clung on to this one series and have started claiming that different characters are like trans or bi or whatever. They've claimed that the author of the series is non-binary and stuff. And she finally came out and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no, no, no!" And they then started accusing her of oppressing her characters. And it's like, it's fictional. You can't oppress fictional characters.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I just crashed out because I'm like, these people are so inside themselves that, and like Hood said earlier, people have started to treat fictional characters like real people and real people like fictional characters. And it's gotten so toxically bad that now, like, yeah, now we're seeing this where they are labeling author's sexuality, they're labeling character
Mhm.
sexuality, and if an author comes out and says no, that's not the case, or no, these people aren't a couple, stop saying that, then they start throwing hissy fits at the author and be like, "Oh, you're oppressing characters. You don't know your characters." They've even done the same thing to Oda in One Piece. They're like, "Nico Robin's not based off of Russian people. You psycho, you whatever trigger words they can throw out." It's like, did you guys not remember near the beginning when he sat down and listed out in multiple interviews, mind you, that different characters were inspired by different countries? And Nico Robin was inspired by Russia, aka the Russian spy.
Yeah.
But no, if it doesn't benefit me and my thoughts and my views and stuff, then I'm just in one ear out the other. Nope, it's not canon. No, 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 no. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to strangle everybody. But
Yep.
anyway, yeah, that was my crash out earlier.
Yep.
So now we're talking about good media that we'd recommend. So,
Yeah. Part of my
oh,
crash out too was not letting different, like, not just the other side tell you what you can or can't say, but also Christians doing that too if you were making a story or
uh-huh.
something too. So that was my little piece on it, but
Yep,
I won't
yep.
delve back into that because you won't get me back out. So, um, but
Ah,
yeah, no, I so like I've again, if you can stomach it, like if you are the type of person that you can handle really harsh things happening. Again, I'm trying not to spoil things, but just to characters and stuff, and deals with very intense, mature subject matter on many cases. You 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 would probably, well, I think just as a story in general, I think Made in Abyss is very good. Again, that little bit of the ending, like I was kind of saying, was like
mhm.
I couldn't tell if it was just like maybe clumsy writing or if it was something I'm not getting, but it was a little confusing there. And again, I don't know if it's because of the rules of the world. But I still really like it. I really love specifically the two characters on screen right now.
Mhm.
They're really awesome and I love them.
He won't let me watch it,
And
guys.
it's what's that?
He won't let me watch it.
I didn't say you couldn't. I just
He
said
says
I
I
know
shouldn't.
you. I said I know you well enough. I don't know if you would be okay with this one. So but it's, yeah, it's brutal, but it's very good. And I again, I do think a lot of the brutality is it's it's not gratuitous. When I say that, what I mean is I think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make a statement because you have the innocents versus the corrupt, basically, and the kids represent the innocence, the abyss represents the corruption, and it's I think that there's a lot that they're trying to say with it. I really like the characters. I love the story. It's a very simple story, but the world is very like interesting and unique and weird. Like, what are they gonna?
Oop.
Um. Oh. Oh. What?
Oh, you went very robotic for a second there. Do you want to repeat that last sentence?
Oh, just that the world is very, very interesting and cool, and
Ah.
story's very simple. But you like, yeah, you like the main girl, Rico, she's like amazing. She's like the best. Like you just want to see her succeed. You just want to see her happy. Uh she's almost too good natured for her own good, especially for the world that she's delving into. Um and then you have Reg, who's her friend there, who helps her and assists her along on the journey, and he's a little bit different. He's a little bit uh like, he's similar to her. He's got that very, like, pure-hearted, good nature, whatever, but he's a little more skittish, she's a little more brave, he's a little more, like, what's the word? Like, not paranoid, but, like, he's more apt to being like, "This is dangerous, we should do this instead," and she's just like, "Oh, okay." Because she's a little bit more innocent, and he's a little bit more, like, aware, yeah. So, they kind of are a nice, good back and forth with each other. I don't know, I really have enjoyed excited to see what the next, I think, film is this year that they're gonna be releasing, but I'm now at least caught up to be able to watch that. So, um, yeah, so that's one that I've seen. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've seen that I can actually say that I like have finished. Because again, House of David I haven't finished, but I have liked it. I've only watched 2 episodes, but I'm like, I'm into it. I'm like, I didn't want to quit watching when I did quit watching at the, but I was like, I need to take it in breaks. So, um,
That is fair.
yeah, I'm trying to think. Did you have another one that you liked? Another piece of
I
media?
I I'm gonna be a broken record here for a sec, guys, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing that I've said before. Stepmother's Markin. It's German. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it. Um, but yeah, it's again. I know I'm going with books and stuff. Hood's going with anime. I'll recommend anime next time, but it's just this is for all my book peoples out there that need good book to read, good books. And this one is actually published, so you can actually go out and buy this series or read it online somewhere. Wait, I wish you will. But it's so freaking good. And again, it's not the typical like super sexualized or this and that or we need to have revenge, because again it's another one of those not isekai, but kind of those like a second chance at life type dealios. And rather than seek out revenge, she's like, you know what? I recognize that the way I handled things before was not ideal. It wasn't healthy. I was more focused on me rather than like the children I was left in charge of or the people around me who were trying to help and I just kind of shut them out. So this time I'm going to choose the healthy options. I'm going to choose to be kind. I'm going to choose to stand up for myself and for these kids. And I'm going to choose like the better options. She's not out for revenge. She's out to protect these kids. She's out to better herself, which again, a lot of these turn into what was it? There's this one series. I won't even tell you guys the name of the series because I can't remember, and two, it's not worth even looking into. But so many people have pointed out that the main character, the female lead, has zero personality. It's like there's zero character development. She's the same as she was before. Just this time, she's out for revenge. And that's it. That's her whole personality is I'm just a pretty girl who can do no wrong, who people used and abused me, so now I'm going out for revenge. There's no character development. There's no checking her own heart and her own self in the mirror, being like, what could I do differently this time? What could I change? How could I better myself? This one is very much, she's all about bettering herself and taking care of these kids that she was given care of. And I love it. I'm here for it. And of course, one of the bad guys is affiliated with the church and stuff, but it also goes to show that, there can be corruption in the church and there can be good in the church. So I also like that kind of take on it as well. So, um, yeah,
It's
10 out
kind
of
of like
10 would
what Gurren
recommend.
Lagann did.
What, sorry?
It's kind of like, it reminds me of like what Gurren Lagann did because
Yeah.
it didn't like straight up like crap on religion specifically. It just had an episode dedicated to like, hey, sometimes the concept of like organized religion turns into something really bad.
Mhm.
And so then you have like Kamina being like, well, I think that's stupid. Like I don't care if that's tradition. I think this is dumb what you're doing and you should stop doing it.
Ah.
Um and so, again, it seemed more like what it was getting at was the concept of religion, not specifically like Christianity in that case. It was really, like, really hitting at
Yeah.
the idea of this, like, again, more like dogma or cult like behavior because that's the problem. And that's the reason I don't like saying the word like, oh, I have a religion, even though some people get irked when I say that. I'm like, I just don't consider it that because
Mm.
it really is a way of life. That's why Jesus says, I am the way. And that's what people followed when they followed Christ during that time before they were called Christians at Antioch. They followed the way. That was what it was called,
Mhm.
because they didn't have a name for it. It was because it was the way of life, basically, right? I am the
Yeah.
way, the truth, and the life. So religion became about like a bunch of people trying to do the right sacraments, the right rituals, the right whatevers to get in the good graces of God and hopefully be able to go to heaven. To
Mhm.
get on God's
Mhm.
good side, to be able to, make him not smite them and you know, Yeshua basically was like, let me show you exactly what this means. It's like living life in relationship with God. That's what you do. That's what you do
Mhm.
now. It's not about all the other if ands or whatevers. Um, so so to that end, I think that especially because again, I don't know the story you're talking about here,
Mhm.
but if it's doing something kind of more like that, where it's breaking that part down, that usually doesn't. It's usually if if they're like specifically saying it's like like they're pointing to the fact that it's like a Christian church of some kind.
Mhm.
That's where I start like I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, whatever. Like cuz I think Devil May Cry did that as well, like the new series. I think they had like
Oh.
the religious dude was evil, but it's very obviously Christianity.
Oh,
I think it's
I
even maybe
see.
even explicitly so
I wouldn't be surprised.
so
They very much, yeah, ruined that entire series. Anyway, carry on.
yeah, I don't know cuz I haven't watched it. It was just something I remembered kind of hearing cuz then it was like, "Oh yeah, also the demons are good."
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah, that's anyway. But okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this one, and again, like it's not God and Jesus kind of church. It's I think they have like a goddess they serve or whatever. But because a lot of these are based off like olden England, I feel like they do a good job of portraying how corruption can creep into the church and how it becomes about power and money. It's not even about like the goddess or the god or whoever they're serving. It's about money. It's about power. It's about this, which can very
We stay
easily
hungry, we devour.
shush you. Shush you. Don't you start. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Gosh dang it. Um,
It's about money, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
gosh dang it. Ah. So, it just it shows that, but then same with what was it? The Ascendance of a Bookworm. Um, Part of it is like she decides to become a junior priestess so she can read books because she gets reincarnated in a world that like books are very rare, and even if there are books they are very expensive and only the rich people can afford them, and she was born into a poor family. So she goes into the temple, and yeah, you see some people who are all about power and money and all that. And then you see others who are like, no, like I legitimately want to be here to serve their God or to work and learn so I can help my family and stuff. So I like how some of these present themselves in the sense of like they're not bashing on the religion, they're bashing on people who use the religion for their own personal gain. that's what I can agree with, because that even happens today in churches and stuff. No hate to churches, but there are some people who are, you know, like they see it as an opportunity for them to gain things. It's like, what can I gain from this? Rather than like, how can I serve the Lord? How can I gain and sucker everyone into giving me what I want? So, and this series is actually a little bit political in the sense of, um, what is it? Because she has a little bit of prior knowledge, she knows like, okay, the king is at odds with the head priest, but his second wife supports the church and likes the head priest, but he knows that like he's possibly working on, overthrowing the kingdom so that they can be a church run kingdom and stuff. So it's very interesting in that sense. So it's not just all like, ooh, lighthearted fluffiness. It's like there's some real serious stuff they delve into. And so I think I also like that because I need food in my readings, I'm all for lighthearted fluffiness sometimes, but sometimes I need stuff to chew on that's like, ooh, that's deep. Ooh, that's interesting. So, um, but yeah, no, I like this. I like this series a lot. And I believe it's still ongoing. I have yet to they had what was it? They had it online up into a certain point, and then it got scrubbed everywhere, and then they published the book, which I was a little sad about because I wanted to keep reading it. But if it's a good enough series, I will spend money on the series when I have money. um, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed this series. It's very safe in the sense of there's no sex scenes, there's no vulgar language and stuff like that. Like there is some language, like again, like people maybe cursing here and there, but it is very clean, very clean. Kind of like the greatest estate developer. Very clean compared to a lot of other things on, and good storyline. So it's clean and it's good storyline, which that's the whole point of this, is that we want to promote media to you guys. That's, yeah, maybe it's not like the story of David or whatever, but it is still good, clean content that is entertaining and enjoyable. So, I was trying to think of another one, but I had to step away for a second here. Let me think here. What was another one I was reading? Oh. Okay. So, I know some people aren't a big fan of magic. But Secrets of the Silent Witch. I haven't read the manga, but I watched the first season of the anime, and oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so flipping good. Let me see if I can find it here. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. I was just about to tell them about let's see. Oh, that's just the wiki. What? Give me this the meh. But anyway, Secrets of the Silent Witch is also, again, like it's got magic and stuff like that, but it is, again, very clean. There's like, again, a little bit of cursing, but it's very wholesome, very sweet, but also dives into some deeper aspects. I won't spoil anything because Hood hasn't seen it either, and I really want him to see it. I ugly cried like twice in the span of 12, 13 episodes. Because I feel, again, it's about this girl who's like so socially awkward and timid that she came up with, in their world, you have to speak spells and stuff like that. But she was so afraid of speaking in front of anyone that and again, big brain girly, big brain. She's all about numbers and calculations and stuff. But she came up with figuring out how to cast spells and stuff without even speaking. So she was deemed one of the 7 sages or whatever, which are like big wig magical people in the kingdom. But because she's very shy and timid, no one knows who she is, because she always at meetings would have her cloak pulled down over her eyes so no one could see her. but just her heart for people. Like she's been hurt by people, but and she has very low self-esteem, but as it progresses, she sees like, "Oh, well, people can be nice and I can be nice to people." And she learns like that it's just I don't know, it's very sweet. It's very freaking sweet. But also it tackles like some heavier topics and stuff. So, I think there's like maybe one there's one scene where they're in like a brothel, but that's it. Nothing happens. Um,
Interesting.
but again, very clean, very sweet, very wholesome, very entertaining. I if they do not put out a second season, I will be very upset. So, but I know some people are not keen on the whole magic stuff, and that's fine. Um, just know, yeah, this is a world of magic. So,
Okay. Yeah, I
Lion, you
have a
would love
couple now
it.
that I finished.
Sorry,
Yeah, you
you.
think so?
Okay. Lion. Fun fact for anyone who's new: Lion and I are literally almost identical beings. We are very similar in so many ways. So knowing this, having watched this, Lion, I think you would like it. Just make sure you have tissue box because I know that you will ugly cry too. It's probably at the exact same points that I cried. So there's a brothel and swearing, but yet surprisingly wholesome. Yes, aside again, there's like one scene where they have to go to this brothel to talk to somebody. And then, of course, you have like some of like the more like grr guys who like maybe drop a swear like once an episode or something. But very, 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 very sweet. Anyway, I digress. Your turn now. Here's the mic.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anything like, Cat's showing me Bochi the Rock right now, which I've been
Yes!
enjoying.
So good.
Um, it's just like it's K-On! Also basically, but like a little different. So yeah, of course I was gonna like it if I loved K-On! I will say I think I like K-On! Still more, but it's just because I like the characters in that one more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, but Bochi's still very good. I still like what they're going for. Um, and so that's one, but I haven't finished it yet, so I can't give like a full analysis of it yet. Um, what was the other one? We were watching something else too. It was this. Not just Apothecary Diaries. There was something else. There was something other than Bochi. I thought that we were.
What?
Can't remember.
I know I
Hmm.
mentioned to you that I wanted to show you Ascendance of a Bookworm and Secrets of the Silent Witch.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Though,
was
but I thought there was one that we actually had seen, so I can't remember. But okay. Well, if it comes back,
um
we'll remember. There are a few that I want to get into now that I'm done with Maiden Abyss, because Maiden Abyss was
mhm.
one that I had just heard so many good things about. So I'm like, I really want to get to that one. I want to watch it. And now I understand why. It's definitely because of how creative it is. Now I'm kind of like looking at that I've had. I kind of want to get back to Code Geass. I'd like to watch
Ooh.
that because that's up my alley anyway, and it's some people's favorite anime of all time, and I kind of want to know why. Um, I also have Monster. I need to get back into. I was enjoying that. It's just a very very long series. It's like 74
Mm-mm.
episodes.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um, and then there is one that I was looking at here. Uh, FLCL. I'd like to watch at some point because I know that was made by Gainax, and I know that that's all other people's favorite anime that I've heard of. Um, that's not the one that I wanted to say though. Where's the one I wanted to say? Where are you? Can't remember what the name is, so I can't.
Where
Oh,
are
Redline,
you?
the movie Redline. I wanted to see that
Oh.
forever and ever because that's supposed to be really well animated. Sunny Boy was a series that I had heard of that's supposed to also be good. That's one I'm going to be looking into. And then Wicked City, that's what it was called. Wicked City
Mm.
was another film, anime film that I was interested in looking into. So those are kind of the ones I think I got up on my lineup right now. However, I think there might be one that you would like, Kat,
Ooh.
because I got like 2 episodes into it. It seems definitely up your alley. I remember liking it. It's very peaceful, and I don't exactly remember how to describe it to you. Oh, yeah, I have a little summary here because I'm on anime list right now.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's called Mushishi. Have you heard of Mushishi?
The name rings a bell, but I might be getting it confused with something else.
Okay, because it says neither good nor evil. They are life in its purest form. Vulgar and strange, they have inspired fear in humans since the dawn of time and have over the come to be known as Mushi. The stories of the Mushi and the people they affect are all linked together by a traveling Mushishi, or Mushi Master, who
Hmm.
seeks rare Mushi sightings and uses his shaman like knowledge of Mushi to help the affected people. What are the Mushi and what do they want? So it's almost kind of like yokai, but not really. It's like a little different. Um,
Okay.
and so this guy just, yeah, he goes around helping people. Kind of almost like it's almost like he helps them figure out their ghost problems a little bit, but it's a little different.
Okay.
Um, I think you would like it. Yeah, I love that. I freaking love that show. Okay, squirrel. See, okay, see. And I'm like, it screams cat. It's giving cat, as the kids would say nowadays. So that might be a good one. But it's
Mushishi,
apparently a
okay.
very well loved one. It's like it's up there with like Monster in terms of like because Monster is considered like peak anime experience for a lot of people. Like people who are not just like mainstream. Like Monster's like one of the ones that's like this is actually like a really up there story. So hey, what's up, Icy Pants?
I
Um,
see.
but yeah, Mushishi was up there. Um, I've kind of been on like a journey to try and see like a lot of the ones people really love that I never got to see yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to really see like why and if they're correct. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Those are my main ones that I'm looking into right now for
Okay,
the future.
okay. I I just remembered another anime. I just watched the first episode and I'm like, "Oh, this is going to wreck me. This is going to be one of those wreck me series." Let me just stretch this out here so you guys can actually read it what it says. It's one of those longer name ones. Ha ha silly tee. The weakest tamer began a journey to pick up trash. Guys, the first episode, and even okay, I will say, there's been some openers. Actually, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, guys. I watched the season 2 opener for Free Run, and it made me like tear up, choke up the first time I watched it. This one, the song with it is so heartbreaking but beautiful. And it's oh man, this whole series. I'll just I'll just read the details for you guys because stars are everything, granting abilities to tamers. So when Ivy was born without one, her village took it as an ill omen. Now banished, she leads a lonely life of salvaging rubbish to survive. That is until she befriends Sora, a weak little slime in the forest. Together, the delicate duo embarks on a heartwarming journey of survival and discovers there's more to Ivy than being starless. So
Hmm.
I'm just gonna tell you guys the first episode. Basically, her village is trying to unalive her because she was born starless, and everyone's born with like stars, which means like you have different level of abilities. You don't know what abilities you're gonna get, but like some people are like her dad has like a level 2 smithing. Her mom has like level 2 cooking and level 1 uh needlework and stuff. And she was born a tamer with 0 stars. And for some freaking reason, the village is like, she needs to die. And so she's been living out on her own and stuff, like, again, digging through trash. And she's kind of like, you know, this whole like sense of denial type dealio of like, I'll be okay. And like, I'm living my life. And then they show up and trying to kill her. And then she's kind of like having this moment of like, why am I alive? Why am I here? Like, why? And it's so like heartbreaking. But then, she meets this little slime that literally this slime, its species, is so fragile that the notes taken on it are that it doesn't even last more than 2 days because the wind will pick it up and smack it and it'll disperse into little slimes and just dissolve. Like, that's how
No.
crazy, that's how sensitive this little slime is. And so she finds it, she's like, "Hey, I guess, we both kind of suck. So you know what? I'll spend the night with you and stay up all night and I'll be with you until your last moment." And but over throughout the night, she's like kind of pouring her heart out to this little slime. Like, again, the slime doesn't talk or anything. It just kind of sits there and wobbles. Um and she just kind of sits there, like pours her heart out to this slime. And she wakes up the next day and it's gone. And she starts to have this like emotional meltdown of like, it's gone, it's dead. It's like, what happened? She finds it like hid like somewhere in one of her bags or whatever. And she's like, you know what? You survived longer than what the facts say about you. Maybe I can survive. And I'm like, that's episode one. Just I had to have a go. I had to go cry afterwards. I haven't watched anything past episode one because I'm like, my heart.
Dang.
So yeah, if you want a wholesome but it's gonna sucker punch you in the feels and make you cry series, this one I'd recommend. This one. Just oh. But I've only seen episode one, so I can't guarantee what the rest of the series is like. Content advisory: violence. Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, we need to kill her, dead or alive. And it's like, oh my gosh, she's a child. Ugh. Anyway, I digress. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Those were my main ones. I have like a handful on my to watch list.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I have some that I put on hold. One Piece is on hold, Delicious and Dungeons on hold, Steins Gate's on hold, and that's mostly because I wanted to actually react to that one.
Mm.
I
Right.
started watching it. I'm like, no, you know what? This would be better to react to. So I stopped. I'm like, I'll go back. And then I stopped The Disastrous Life of Psyche K only because they stopped producing the dub, and that was a really good dub, and I just could not watch it
Oh.
any other way. That series is really, really funny in dub, but it's like I couldn't get used to the Japanese voices, so I just kind of
Mm.
stopped there and I never continued it. So,
That's fair.
um yeah, I have like a handful. I have and I just put these on at random times, and it was either because I had heard about them and heard that they were good, or it was ones that I was like, "Ooh, I wanted to see this." So it's like kind of a mixture of those. So I have like a Kamega Kill. I
Oh,
have
yeah. I I stopped
I know
watching
a lot
that
of people
one.
don't like that. Yeah, a lot of people don't like that one, but now I'm curious as to why, because there's some people that like it. I have a friend that really likes it, but the irony is that particular friend I have often been at odds with in terms of
Ah.
what he liked versus what I liked, because he also was like super into Blood Blockade Battlefront, if anyone's heard of that, and I did not care for that at all. That was
Mm.
not a very good series to me, and I watched the whole thing because I had to know, because he told me it was his, at least at the time, favorite series ever, favorite anime series, and I had to know. It's strange. That's all
Y-
I'll say. I didn't feel like the story was really all that great.
Yeah.
Um,
For this series, it's good. Like, I was roped in for the first bit, or like the first half, and then the second half I had to quit. I had to quit. I was getting too
yeah, see, and I
depressed.
wonder. I wonder if it's so. See, so I might like it then, because I'm all about depression. So let's go.
Yeah, yeah. You
Um,
have fun with that. You have fun with your depression. I'm gonna stick with my depression over a little a young
slime
girl and a
dissolving.
slime yeah, yeah. This is my kind of depression that I can handle. I can handle wholesome depression. I can't handle that depression, which you will learn soon enough. I won't spoil it
and
for you.
and then I have how do I pronounce this?
Hmm.
Bake Monogatari, which is, I'd heard very good, but I know nothing about it. I literally know zero. It's like part of a
Okay.
series, I think, too, because I think they just have Monogatari or something like that is another one. I don't know, but that's one
Hmm.
that I had heard of that I want to look out. I've had on here for a long time Bungo Stray Dogs, but I don't
Oh
remember
yeah.
why. I think I liked the opening, and that's the main reason I even had. Ooh, the opening's really cool.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, oh yeah, cautious hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. I remember I wanted to see that one because that looked good.
Is that the girl with the shield?
I don't
The girl
know.
with the black hair? 'Cause I
No,
just
this
know it
one.
by the
Well,
I just know by the Japanese, version, and I know for some reason people keep changing the titles of English because they literally translate it from Japanese, and they're like, "Oh, we need to fix this and abbreviate it." So, I think okay, hold on a second. Read it to me again. What is it called again?
cautious hero is probably all you need to put in, and you'll probably have it come up.
Wow, I can't spell.
Cautious hero anime or something like that because the title's rather long. Yeah, that one right there. That first one. The hero is overpowered. Cautious hero. The hero is
Oh, nope,
overpowered.
that's not the one I'm thinking of. Oh, but I think
Yeah,
I've
because
seen
I
a
was.
snippet of this
Yeah,
one.
it looked like so it looked funny, but then it also looked like it got kind of deep at certain points because the reason he's so overly cautious is because when he wasn't cautious, he destroyed his entire party. Like they all died because of him. I think is like how it opens.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
So
Yep.
then he starts having other ones, but then he becomes, to my understanding, I know literally nothing, but then he becomes like super protective over them and is obsessively cautious to not let that
Mhm.
happen again. So I just thought the premise was funny.
It's the one where he slaps the girl princess. I've seen that gif in so many
Yeah, oh, it
places. I
is.
said that to Hood.
It is
I'm
that
like,
one.
Hood, this is so
Yeah.
funny.
And he just goes like, and she's just like, "Dong!" Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is that one. And then
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go
I was
ahead.
just reading. I was
No,
just
go
reading.
ahead.
Slurms. I have watched the first 2 seasons of Mob Psycho 100. I have not watched the last bit, but thank you for the reminder. I need to do that.
Yeah, I need to watch the second season. I haven't even gotten to the second season. Um, but then I have Chainsaw Man on here, and that's just because Chainsaw Man became like this phenomenon, and there's people that like swear by it, kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen. But I wasn't super into Jujutsu Kaisen, but I only watched 2 episodes, so technically I still at least need to watch one more to get my 3 quota in before I can say whether or not I want to continue it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, Chainsaw Man just it's kind of up my alley because it's just weird. I like weird.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm into like if you can do something that's just interesting. That's kind of the reason again like why I like Don because Don is very weird but it's funny. Um and then of course I got Dragon Ball Z Kai on here. I have Fate Zero, but that I don't even know where to begin with that, so I'm kind of like that's
Oh
just
yeah,
like
that's
that's for another universe maybe. I don't know. I just have it on here because I know some people swear by it.
yeah,
Um
it's I'm trying to remember which
I,
series I watched cuz or which one of the series I watched on that cuz it was good, but man, I like sat there
yeah.
for a good hour contemplating life and all my morals and stuff.
Yeah. And I like stuff like that, so I figured, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you
I
would
have
enjoy
Fire
that.
Force.
Ooh, Fire
I have
Force is
Fire Force
good.
on
That's
here.
what I need to keep watching.
Okay. Okay, so you have watched some of it. Because the only thing that I knew is it's people fighting fire with fire, and I
Mhm.
know they have this they have like a priest thing or whatever kinda
Mhm.
that's kinda like their enemy.
Yeah.
And then they have a character that is strictly fan service, and that's all that that's what I've been told is that's all she offers
Yeah.
to the story. So I'm like,
Well,
okay, I don't know, but I was
it,
told to watch that one, so
it's the whatchamaniddle. How did my friend explain it? He explained it's in the world of Soul Eater or somehow connected to that. So I'm not
what?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? Really? Is it made by
It,
the same author?
I think so.
What? Oh, now I kind of want to
That's how
watch
my
it just so
friend
I can
explained it.
understand.
Yeah, he explained that it's somehow connected. I forget again, it's been a while since we talked about it, but he explained that it is somehow connected to the world of Soul Eater. So I'm not surprised at all that there's one character that's basically fan service because even Soul Eater had one character that was basically fan service. So there we go.
Interesting. See, but even in that one, because you're talking about Blair in Soul
Uh,
Eater,
Talking about who?
Blair, the witch, is
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
one you're
yeah,
saying that
yeah.
was okay? Because I feel like I remember that it's been so long since I've seen Soul Eater, like so long. But I feel like she was very fan service, but she also still had like a purpose
Mm-hmm.
throughout. I think she just was kind of like more side charactery. So Whereas
Mhm.
this one, to my understanding, is like a supporting character. Like she's there often. So
Mm.
I was like, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
but I don't know much about it. I just was told that that was someone really really liked it and told me you need to watch. Okay,
Mm.
sure. And I have
Oh,
fruits
yeah.
baskets on here or fruits
Yeah.
basket.
Slurm says Fire Force has the dad from Soul Eater's cameo in one of the episodes. Yeah, so it's connected.
Oh, what? That's okay, that'll get me to watch it just because it has a connection to Soul Eater. That would get me to watch it
There you go.
if for no other reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Um
got him.
and then I have Gintama on here, which is super long, and I don't know if I'll ever get to that, but
Oh.
it is super highly rated, and a lot of people really super like it. So
Oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yep, 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 yep. That's the one that says copyright, schmoffy right. And has
yeah,
so many copyrighted things in it and gets away with it.
yeah. That's another reason why I thought it'd be is because I feel like I'd enjoy that.
Mhm.
And then I got like Golgo 13, The Professional, which is a film, but it looks like it's from like the 80s, and I can't even remember why I put that on. So,
Mm.
um, but that looks like it's a little more based in reality. It looks like a almost like an 80s like Die Hard kind of a movie, at least just from the poster.
Oh, okay.
Of course, I have Hunter x Hunter on here that I want to
Mhm.
get to. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I like
Oh,
that
I've
just
heard.
because of the name.
Oh,
Um,
I've heard good things about it, but at first I was like, what kind of name is that? And then I heard good things. I'm like, oh, okay.
yes, I hear it's also depression, so that's also I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll take a look.
that's yeah. See, see, guys, he's getting his list filled up with too much depression. We need some happy too. So don't forget to throw him some happy ones.
Yeah. No, I have not heard of No Guns. I've never heard of that.
I don't think I have either.
Um, Golgo 13 was a good game on the NES back in the day. Really?
Oh, it's a
Oh, I
game.
wonder if
Let's
they made it
go.
a game then. Okay. Because I think the anime probably came first, I'm assuming. Because let's see, when was this? It was 83, so that would have been before NES.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
dang.
Yeah.
That old. Crazy.
But then of course I have Jujutsu Kaisen because I'm like, I gotta like give it its fair shake because there's so many people that love it and it just wasn't doing it for me initially, so I gave it a break.
Hmm.
I have
Yeah.
one on here called K, and I can't remember why I put that.
Yes. Yes. K. Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
okay, I have heard of that one,
It's
but
it's
I
good.
can't remember why I put it on here.
I think you would enjoy it.
Okay,
It's a lot of like,
Kamisama Kiss, of course. Go ahead. Sorry.
yay! We have to watch that. We have to watch it. You're sitting down and you're watching it with me.
Yeah, look, it's on Netflix now, so
Yay!
easy access.
Happiness. Oh, yes, Project K Mafia. Yeah, Project K. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Okay, it
it's
just says K on here,
it's
so
just K, but people were having such a freaking hard time finding it because you type in anime K and they give you a whole list of different animes named K that they
oh,
had to then put Project K with it. Because I remember first
okay.
finding it and watching it. It was just, I think it was actually Special K when I found it. Because
Mm,
you type in K and you couldn't find it. So then they did Special K, and I guess
interesting.
now they have Project K. So
Special K, and you get the cereal.
see, I think that's what happened. I think it was K, and they're like, oh, well, let's like their Special K. But then it was like, anime or cereal? Which one are you talking about? And they're like, oh.
That's so funny. That's really funny.
So, oh
But I mean,
man.
Bleach should have that problem too, because you type in Bleach, you know what I mean? So how did they not run into that issue?
Well, having your anime just a letter, I think a
Yeah,
lot of searches would just be like, "Oh, are you auto looking for this?" Like just fill in
yeah,
the blank
that's
and
fair.
stuff. And it wasn't it was like brand new at that point. So hardly anyone knew about it. So, yeah, I remember like stressing myself out trying to find it again because I think I'd watched like half of the season of the first season and I was like, "I can't find it. I want to finish it. I can't find
Hmm, interesting.
it."
Okay, because I also have Land of the Lustrious on here, and I specifically wanted to watch that one because I heard it's like actually good 3D anime,
Oh,
and it
okay,
was like one of the
okay.
ones to first kind of do it really well, is my understanding. Um, so there's that one, and then Nana, I've heard of.
Oh, yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
people like Nana, I've heard. So I was like, I gotta check this out for myself. But that's a marriage because that's like 50 episodes almost. So I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can
Yep.
take that kind of commitment right now. Um, Oshinoko on here because that one blew up. Um, Psychopaths, which some people swear by. I'm kind of like back and forth on that one.
Mhm.
I've heard back and forth things. So,
Yeah, same.
uh, Shaman King. That one looked like it'd be fun, and I kind of wanted to check it out. Shaman King looked interesting,
Ooh.
but I heard the original series is better. At least I think I want to say Iron Mouse said that. Iron Mouse, I think, was the one that said the original series was good. The new one kind of changed some stuff, but I don't know. I won't know unless I check it out. So
Oh, okay, okay.
because they made like a redo of it or something like that. Of course, Spy X Family. The Dangers in My Heart. That's one that's more like that's more wholesome romance to my understanding. So,
Aw.
uh, and then Watakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku. That's just like a love story, but in an office setting. So I just thought that would be funny.
Yes, it's so cute. If you watch that,
Okay.
you need to also watch The Iceman and his chill uh female colleague, I think is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Cuz that's also really cute and like workplace just little wholesome romance type dealio, but really kind of
Interesting.
they don't know how to romance.
Shaman King feels childish, huh? I'm okay for that. It depends on what it is. Like I'm okay if it feels childish. I just would want to know like if it's good though, you know.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
it depends on how like what do we mean by childish? You know what I mean? Cuz honestly, like I still think like the reason that those are staples is because they still have some form of a premise that's still like people still like it. I don't think it's just pure nostalgia. Like people do like Yugi and Joey Wheeler, even though it's a little kind of campy or whatever. But um, so there could still be goodness in that, I suppose. There's also one, and I literally cannot remember what's on here. I remember doing it, but I can't remember why. And it's called, and I quote, Zammed, as in XAM apostrophe D colon lost memories. Zammed
Huh.
lost memories. So I think that was another one I had heard about to watch, and I think it's in correlation
Huh.
with something else I may have seen. I just don't remember. Yeah,
I was going to say I've
Zammed lost
never
memories.
never heard of that one. Huh. I noticed a lack of sports anime in that list, not your cup of tea.
Not really. No, the only sports anime I've currently watched is Haikyuu, and I
Mm.
did like Haikyuu. It was
Mhm.
good. It's just not like my favorite thing. I'm not a sports guy anyway, so I'm just like not super into that. I have wanted to see Slam Dunk just because it's like a staple, I guess. And same thing with like shoot, I'm gonna butcher this name, so sorry for anyone that actually knows it, but the Hajime Ippo or whatever it's called,
Mm.
the boxing one, that like the 90s or maybe late 80s boxing one.
Oh, I
Um
don't think I know that one.
yeah, that's a pretty famous one, yeah. Something like that. Hajime Ippo or something like that. Yeah, there's a handful that I've seen that I'm just not into like sports ones. I'm more I like my
Ooh.
fantasy, I like my slice of life, I like my romance, I like my certain sci-fi ones are pretty good too. Like 'cause I love cyberpunk, so just depends. But
This one has a higher rating on Crunchyroll than the last one, but also let me go see what Free is because Free is also very fan servicey.
I think Free is another it's like Yuri on Ice, is it not? It's like within that same realm.
Kind of, but it's, I don't
It's
know.
definitely
Okay.
girl fan service to my understanding.
Very, yes, that is what I've heard. Is it's very much that.
It's
Okay, it has a lower rating. Okay.
it's
Interesting.
guys with shirts off. That's
and
That's
very form-fitting swimsuits. Just
yeah.
saying.
um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big sports one though. I like ones that tell more stories about like if I'm going that route where it's based a little more in reality. I like it where it's slice of life, just like hanging out with friends, like, and I specifically like the band ones. That's why I love K-On! I just think that those
Mhm.
are fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. I gotta call you out here though, because I see someone
uh,
recommended one, and I'm like, does that count as sports though? Because I know for a fact you were wanting to watch Uma Musume. So does that one
yeah,
count
no.
as sports?
So that one would count in a sense, right? Because it's horse racing, but
Right, right.
I'm mainly watching. I eventually want to watch that one mainly because one, Joseph said I need you to watch this, and I said okay, bet. Secondly, that one is because that blew up so big. I have to know why. Like because it became such a phenomenon, I kind of need to know why. So again, a lot of the
Mhm.
time when I watch something, if it's not something I'm used to, I will watch it because I have to know why is this such a big deal for everyone. So why is this such a phenomenon right now? So
Mm. That's fair.
um
That's fair.
and the I think this was the thing that first put it on the radar for me was I saw a piece of animation from I think one of the films, and it was like the most crazy animation for just like girls running.
Mhm.
They like turn into like lightning and they start like going, it's like it's insane. So I was like, well, I want to watch it just for that reason alone, basically. So,
Yep.
But
That is fair. That is fair.
so
It
yeah.
looks like a good
But
one.
yeah, typically I'm not a
Mhm.
big, and again, like I said, I liked Haikyuu. Someone made me watch that one with them, and so I got deep into it. I think I don't know if I finished season 4. I got really far into it though. I just never I
Oh,
don't think
wow.
picked it back up to where it's at.
That's fair. That's
Um
fair. That's one that I have been curious about.
yeah, it's good. It's basically just like a bunch of guys or a bunch of buddies and they're on a team and they have to learn how to work together to do volleyball. And it kind of gives you this like, most people probably don't know volleyball because it's not like a very widely watched sport, I would argue. So, you get to see kind of like, oh, look how much teamwork is really involved and how much they have to like train to do it and stuff like that. And the main character's like really peppy, happy go lucky, and his friend slash rival that's on the team is the exact opposite. He's very reserved, very very technical, very tactical, very whatever. And the main character, I can't remember their names, but the main character, the orange haired kid, he's like very instinctual. So he's very
Mm.
good based off of raw talent, but he has like a lot of like thing to do in terms of like actually being good at the game. So yeah, it's like it was still fun. I would never watch it on my own though because I'm not a sports person. So it's like
Mhm.
I want the stories that involve fighting or conflict of like, cuz like there's conflict in there too. Like but it's like I want it more. I don't know, cuz like even again like cuz K-on's the closest thing I can say that it would be like to a sports anime that I actually liked and watched on my own and wanted to keep watching, but it's cuz in that one it's more just like not that Haikyuu isn't wholesome. It's just I don't know. It's different. I like the stakes more for like a battle of the bands type of thing than sports. I guess. I think it literally just comes down to I'm just not like a sports ball fan because what I could see myself watching is like the Hajime Ippo or whatever it's called, the boxing one, because I like fighting sports. I just don't like ball sports typically. So
Ah, okay, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
because in my mind, like growing up, that was the one sport that I liked was like UFC, boxing a little bit, but I always kind of felt boxing was super rigged, and then I found out it is in fact super rigged, and then I found out, oh shoot, so is UFC. So everything's just super rigged. All yes, Hajime no Ippo, that's what it's called. Yes, thank you, Charles.
Oh,
I knew
that
I was
rings a
saying the name
bell.
close. Um, but yeah, no. So like, aside from that though, like the reason I always liked it is I feel like fighting as a sport takes like that's like true stamina. That's like the closest we have to modern day like gladiator of like who
Mm.
can overcome the other, and it actually involves you having to overcome rather than just like, oh, I hit the ball good this time and they didn't. It's like, no, I actually have to be like faster than you. I have to hit harder. I have to know where to hit. I have to, outthink the opponent. I have to like get in their head. It's just, I feel like there's a lot more in a fighting sport than in a ball sport. In a ball sport, it's kind of, I don't know. It's never really been my thing. So,
Mhm. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. Same like, hockey's not for everyone, knitting's not for everyone, bingo's
yeah.
not for everyone.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep. Yeah, most of the time you wanna make me happy, you throw a fantasy anime in front of me, and I'm usually gonna something that's like
ay.
swords and fighting and, "Oh, look, the spiritual pressure," and, like, that's the crap that I like, So,
Did you ever finish ReZero?
I never started ReZero.
I thought you did.
Nope. Nope, I haven't touched ReZero. I know literally nothing about that series other than I think the main character can rewind time. That's all I know. I know
Okay, I'm
nothing else
I'm
about that show,
I'm adding that
so
to the list because you some days you really remind me of Subaru. And I'm like, oh, I want like surely he knows Subaru. I'm
I'll
just
be I'll
like,
be honest, I do know Subaru, and I know because of the depressing monologue that he goes through,
yeah.
uh, that really, like, long one, and I love that monologue, and I'm like, "Yo, I feel that deeply. I bet I'm a character," but I've just never sat down to watch.
Oh man, you will love and hate Subaru at the beginning, but again, character development. We
Yeah.
stand that.
Yeah. That's fair.
Parry everything.
Parry everything.
I don't think I've heard of that.
What the f hold on, wait a second here. Parry everything. What do you mean strong? Man, they always gotta have, like, the super longest titles, don't they?
What do you mean I'm not the strongest? I'm not even an adventurer yet. Wait, what?
Golly, it's even longer than that?
uh,
Hmm.
hold on a sec. I spend these points to protect Hood from the next snow blanket. Aw, that's very nice, Doc.
Wow, thanks.
There you go.
I have a shield.
You now have a shield for the next however long that I remember. Actually, you'll probably remember better than I will.
I'll be like, I probably even will remember after you use it. I'll be like, wait, I have a shield. You'll be like, no, it's already been used up. No, I think I still have a shield.
Mm-hmm. Slurm says you will absolutely love parry everything.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's my one caveat. Typically, is although I like fantasy, I am not super big into isekai. It depends on the isekai.
Hmm.
So if it's kind of more isekai, I'd be like, okay, I come into it like a baby deer. Give it a poke our little feet in there a little bit just to see, but like usually they're very like one tone, very similar. I think is why I typically don't get into them too much.
If anyone who's an
Um,
artist is listening, I need fan art of Derpy Hood Baby Deer. Thank you. I need that now. Just like walking on like,
get Kayla
what's
on it.
this?
Kayla would do it.
She would absolutely do that.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like I like again, I'm trying to think of like again, if I go through like some of the ones that I have liked the most that were like that kind of fantasy kind of type of genre. I got to find my top 15 here again really quick.
hmm
Um
While you find it, Mochi has recommendations for us, which I see some of these. I'm
okay.
like, we either have it on our list or we've watched it before, but we have Bochi the Rock, Lord of Mysteries, To
Heard
Be
of that
Hero
one.
X, Ascendance of a Bookworm, To Your Eternity, The Fated Magical Princess Who Made Me a Princess. Oh, I need to watch that. Apparently, apparently they've made one of the characters who is just vile and awful in the light novel, who was kind of a jerk in the webtoon manhwa, and then in the anime is just apparently a pushover, but I need to see that series so bad. Blue Lock, Mashal. Oh, Mashal's good. My Dress
Nope,
Up
haven't seen
Darling,
Mashal.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, we've seen that one. The Apothecary Diaries, we've seen that.
Yeah. I think I'd
Windbreaker.
like Dress Up Darling. I've heard a lot about it, and there's some people that are like, and but I have heard that it's very cute. So
I've heard it's cute. I've heard some mixed opinions on it, but I have heard it is
yeah,
cute.
it's because it's fan servicey. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's fair. That's fair.
So some people
Um,
are like super. I'm kind of like whatever. It depends. It has to be particularly like okay, that's pretty crazy for me to be like really
that's
super
fair.
against it. Yeah.
Aharan-san wa hakaren renai? Hakarenai?
Huh? I've never heard of that.
Aharan-san wa hakarenai. Okay. And Kirko no Basket. Don't watch the movie. And then movies. Suzume, A Silent Voice. Oh,
I've
Silent
seen
Voice is so
Suzume.
good.
I've seen A Silent Voice. I've
Uh,
seen Your Name. I've seen Weathering with You, and I've seen Garden of Words. I've seen all five of those. Those are all good.
oh, I haven't seen any of them except The Silent Voice.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
I say Your Name is good. I'm a little disappointed with it after I watched it the second time because there's a lot of plot.
Oh,
Um,
oh, that's
Suzume
fair.
is wholesome. Uh, they kind of like all five of those because they're made from like similar people.
Oh,
Some of them by the
okay.
same people.
Fair, fair, fair.
Um, they kind of they give off a little bit of like Studio Ghibli, but like modern. I don't know how to describe it because they're more like
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
aside from Silent Voice is based in reality. But
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, Weathering with You was like it was fine. Like it was like a good one time watch, and then I'm like I don't care to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Garden of Words. It's like it was good, but I don't care to see it again.
Mm.
Suzume was a little bit better though. But it still would fall into that same category. I think for me, I none of these are like particularly super memorable, other than A Silent Voice. I think because A Silent Voice is very unique.
Mm-mm.
Um, Scrapped Princess. What
Oh,
is
I feel like I've
what
heard
is
of that.
Scrapped Princess? I have not heard of that one at all. Yeah, like some of the
Oh,
ones again from
yeah.
my
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I don't know that one at all. Some of the ones that again, I love Gurren Lagann, Cyberpunk, My Hero's on here. Those are some of the more mainstream ones though. Although I
Mm-hmm.
don't think Gurren Lagann would be considered mainstream. Um, Samurai Champloo. I did really like Madoka Magica, and that's kind of again, it's fantasy, but it's like a different area, so it's not just like boy. It's like this one's actually a little different. Let's see. I mean, those are kind of more of the main ones that I would say. It's like those ones I really super enjoyed. But
Mm.
Scrapped Princess. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my little anime list here.
Do it. I remember someone telling, I don't know if it was back when we first started morning monologues together and someone recommended it, or if it was before your time, but I remember someone recommending that and I completely forgot about it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, let me add that really
Oh.
quick. Scrapped Princess. It looks interesting.
I heard people were upset because I think there was supposed to be a second season and it never happened. I think
Oh, really? That's gonna
I
make me sad if I end up liking
I
it.
I think that's what, when someone told me about it, they were upset about. They're like, the only thing is, I'm like, oh, that sucks.
That's gonna make me cry.
From bureaucrat to villainous, dad gets reincarnated into his daughter's favorite otame as the villainous. Very, very funny. Oh no. That sounds like a nightmare, but also I kind of want to see it now.
Hood would for sure love to be Hero X. Okay, fair enough.
Hmm.
See,
See.
and what I've kind of been on like a journey is to find anime that I like. What's the word? That are like less mainstream. I know that sounds a little pretentious, but like there's a lot of different ones that people are like, oh, like here's kind of like again, like you know that whole Mr. Beast thing where he's just like, I watch anime, look at all these anime, and it's all like just all the super mainstream stuff for the most part, with a couple
Yeah.
bangers in there. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to watch the ones again like Mushishi, like Monster, like some of these like other
Hmm.
ones to kind of see like what is really out there rather than just kind of going with like, oh, this is what everybody's watching right now. I like even if there are ones like that, because I'm like, okay, I want to see why everybody likes this. I want to see the ones that are like, no one's really heard of this, or no one really talks about this, but here it is, and it's good, and just it's like that hidden gem that nobody knows about.
Mhm.
Um, because I feel like a lot of the time that's like where some of those like some of the best stories can lie is like in those areas that like they just don't hit on like a mainstream level,
Mhm.
but they're really good. So because they didn't hit that mainstream level, they just didn't get very well known.
Yeah. That's it's kind of like Lovely
That's kind of
Complex.
what I
Sorry,
want.
go, no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, that's it. I was just saying that's kind of what I'm looking for.
That's fair. See, I'd say Lovely Complex is one of those, but the only reason it kind of got popular again was because these woke people decided, oh, let's request that to dub it and stuff. And then they were bragging about how they were going to like fix the story and localize it and give trans representation and stuff like that. And then the creator found out and was like, I don't think so, and revoked their rights to dub it.
Mm.
And I think that's the only reason it kind of blew up was because they were very upset after that. And I'm like, yeah, no, if I created something and I found out people like, we're gonna fix your story, I'd be like, I beg your finest pardon. Excuse you. I don't think so. Fix my
Yeah.
story. Poof.
See, but that actually does get me to watch stuff. Like that's actually the reason I watched Made in Abyss was not just because a lot of people liked it, but it was because there was a lot of people that hated on. Like they're like, you're the worst person in the world if you watch this, and they gave him a bunch of buzzword like insults, and I'm like, okay, now I need to see it. Now I need to know why everyone hates this. And
Mm.
yeah, turns out they were insane. Uh, like everyone would imagine. Disingenuous is maybe the better term, but
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, like what I came to was like, yeah, I can see why this is not everyone's cup of tea though, because like, Made in Abyss is kind of like one of those ones that's like really, it's very weird, but it's also just very brutal. So it's like that doesn't fall into that nice shonen safe realm of things. So yeah, it's a filter anime exactly. It is a filter anime for sure.
Mm.
Kind of like Elfen Lied. Yeah, Elfen Lied I would say is also that one's in a different way, but yeah, it is kind of more of a filter anime. Yeah. Yep. And so but yeah, and that's why I played Mecha Break for the first time. That's why I played at least one episode of Brown Dust 2 on my channel because I'm like these are all things that got, and so I'll do that. I'll hate play or hate watch something, just not hate play or hate watch. I'll watch it because it's hated, or
Mm.
play it because it's hated. I did not like Durarara, by the way. I did not care for that one at all. Um um what was I saying? Oh, with with some of those I'll do that just because people don't like it. The same thing happened with Lollipop. So there's just certain ones that if I hear that it's like, oh, this is getting like really attacked, I'm like, I need to know why. Because is it real? Like, or is it stupid? Or sometimes that's just good marketing. It's like if I hear
Mm-hmm.
people are just like, if you watch this, then you're blank, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to watch it now. Now I have to
Like,
know.
all right, bet.
Pretty much, pretty much. That's the best marketing you could do for me. So
Oh, I'm looking it up, Slurms. I'm looking it up.
really like Durarara. That's fair. I will say I love the punching out of the clothes scene. That will always be funny to me. That will
Yep.
always be funny.
Yep. Yep. Oh my
Um,
gosh. Slurms.
I've seen this dude before. I have seen this.
Okay, I think I have to watch this
Yeah.
now. I think I have to watch this now.
I have seen this around. Okay.
I'm adding
Yeah, we
this
might
to our
have to
watch
check
list.
that. What, what does
Thanks,
this say? From
Slurms.
bureaucrat to villainous, dad's been reincarnated.
Yeah, so that was the one that Slurms was
Fascinating.
talking about earlier.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh, when a 52-year-old man is involved in an accident while saving a boy, he is reincarnated as a villainous female student in a video game that his daughter enjoys. It's like, oh man. Okay, I know people can get like weird about things of like getting reincarnated in like to a different gender's body or into like a child's body or whatever. I know there's some that's like, okay, this is getting really weird. So I'm hoping, well, I mean, if Slurms is recommending it, then I'm sure they avoided doing that. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah, I think it depends on the series for sure. So,
yes, true, true, true.
because then there's
So
ones like that kind of fall into that category, like what's that called? Tanya the Evil, I think.
oh, yep.
The little dictator lolly or whatever. And I kind of wanted to watch that one because I'm like, that's that. How does that work in this day and age where people have not? People don't really talk about that one. I'm kind of shocked that nobody really talks
I
about that
think
one
that's why nobody
because
talks about it.
I don't know, because it seems like it'd be such a target. They'd just be like, "Look, they're trying to make fascism good. Look at the," and it's like, I don't hardly know anything about it other than just a psychopath gets put into a dictator's body or something like that.
Yeah,
They get reincarnated into that.
I've been a little curious as well because what was it? Amelie did a cover of one of the openers for it.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, the
It's a
opening is very good.
banger. It's an
It's a
absolute
banger.
banger.
Yep. Did you hear a lot about it? Okay, maybe I just missed some of that because I was gonna say I haven't, I haven't really seen much about it. So, um,
Also, Charles and Joseph are both proud of you for watching Bochi.
yeah, I've been liking it. I like it. I
Yeah,
love Bochi. She's funny. My
she
favorite
funny one.
character is the one that I can't ever remember the name of, but it's the blue haired, short hair girl. I
Oh
like her.
yeah.
She's funny.
I like the drunk gal. She's probably one of my
Yeah, she's funny
favorite
too.
characters.
Yeah, just always day drinking. Never stop day drinking to
Uh,
get rid of the depression
what?
of being an adult.
What slurms? They announced there was good. Oh
An
no!
indefinite hiatus. That sucks.
No, they were talking about season 2 last year. What do
Yeah,
you mean?
that was I thought that was in the works.
That was the big news. They were like, we're like, we don't have a date or anything, but we just want to let you guys know that there is going to be a season 2. And we're like, wow! No,
That is a shame. Yeah, Dio.
Rio,
That was
yeah.
the name. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, that's right.
Ah, slurms. I don't remember the start of the phrase, but my day is ruined. I'm
That
just
sucks, man.
I'm big sad. The anime is on, but the manga's on hiatus. Oh shoot. Okay.
That just means then they won't continue the anime at some point until then.
Oh
But
man.
shame.
I mean,
Shame.
okay. I will say, when I hear that a manga's going on hiatus, I know that like everyone's immediate response is to like be like, oh, the horror and like upset and stuff. However, some of these I always butcher the name. What is the name for a manga writer?
Mangaka.
Mangaka. Some of these mangakas are burning both ends of the candlestick and are just pushing themselves like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so when
that's
I
so true.
hear that, I'm like, okay, that means there's either health problems, there's like IRL stuff going on, or it means they're taking a very much needed break.
Yep. Yep. I'm okay with that too half the time because I feel like even sometimes they might say an indefinite hiatus just so that way they don't have to feel like I got to come back. Because
Yes,
indefinite
exactly.
just means I just there's no determinate time of if or when it will ever come back. But
Yeah.
that just gives you the freedom to then say, okay, when I'm ready, I can come back. I don't have to be like, oh, it's okay, it's only for
Mm-hmm.
3 months, and then now you're like sitting there like you can't even relax because you're like, oh crap, in like 2.5 months I have to, in 2 months I have to, in one,
Yeah. Yep.
so.
So
And Squirrel, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I have seen Noragami, and that was one that I really, really liked the female character in that one. I really liked her, like, a lot. Like, she was like I was like, "This may be, like, one of, if not, like, my favorite female character I have seen in any anime ever," and that wasn't a joke. I really meant that. She was very wholesome, she's very funny. Um, I just didn't like the subject material. I started feeling kinda funny about it, so I remember way back when I first started watching it, I quit because I just didn't like that it was about like fake gods. That's the whole thing, is it's
Mm,
about trying to get a god to it's a shrine god that nobody or whatever war god, I can't remember, that
Mm-hmm.
nobody gives homage to anymore, and so they're trying to get him to where he's prominent again and people worship him or something like that, I think. I just hey, thanks for the gifted sub.
Thank you. Enjoy.
But because of that, I just decided to not keep going, which was sad because I really was liking an episode, and I just started feeling kind of funny about it. So I quit and then never returned. But
Mm.
I did. I really liked that girl. The girl character is very fun.
Aw.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, Kat, at all?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've heard and
Okay.
I've seen little snippets here and there, and I've heard about it, but I haven't actually watched it myself.
So the main thing with the girl, and this is part of the reason she's so funny, is so she has like this little spirit tail that comes out of her. But the only reason for that, if I remember, Squirrel, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is because she almost died and then she got her spirit put back into her body, but now it doesn't like stay properly in her body. So it constantly she has to constantly like keep her soul in her body.
Oh
Am I remembering
dang.
that? Squirrel? I think that's how that works. So like that's part of the reason she has this like spirit tail sticking out of her, this little like it's almost like a little demon fork tail or whatever because
That's actually
she
funny.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so she almost died and so she tried to get the soul put back in the body, but it doesn't like want to stay very well. So she'll like when she gets scared, her soul will actually literally leave and she has to like bring it back into herself.
Oh my gosh.
um yeah, and that's how she got tangled up with Yato. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was remembering.
Oh.
A cat
Well,
tail. It's a cat tail. You're right. It is a cat tail. Yep.
that's funny.
But yeah, so it's like I like the concept. I just wish it wasn't about gods. If it was anything else, like a Grim Reaper or like something else, I'd feel a little bit better. The gods thing has always been a thing for me. Just I don't know. It's like it has to be a very specific way for me to be kind of okay with it. Uh, but Charles is not wrong. The music slaps. It's very good. Both openers are very good. So
Oh, right. I have heard the opener for this. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, by Oral Cigarettes. The Oral Cigarettes are a good band.
Tonight we honor the heroes. Not to get flagged.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Squirrel. I think it's definitely good for understanding the mythology and kind of religion and concepts that they kind of have, but um yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of where I got with it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I mean, we could go on and on and on about anime and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I'm like, how long do we go with this? How far do we go with this?
Yeah, I was just mostly saying what was on my to
Mm-hmm.
watch list basically. So,
Yeah, no, it's good.
now that I finished Made in Abyss, I'm like I got to find some quicker ones I can eat through instead of
True.
super long ones forever. So,
Yes, Snow White with the red hair. Did I put that on the list? Hold on a sec.
yeah, I've heard about that one.
So
Yeah,
freaking
that
good.
one actually looked good. Oh, you've seen it? Okay.
I love it so much. And I still think they did my boy dirty. Love triangles, man. I hate them. I hate them so much. When are we watching
Summertime
Uma?
Render. Yeah, we were talking about that. Joseph. We got to find. We'll figure it out. It's a commitment, so it's like we gotta. Once I'm in, that's where I'm kind of at. So I'm like, just
I'm
gotta give it.
excited.
Again, baby deer. You gotta come slowly.
Again, someone I need Derpy Hood, baby deer art, please and thank you. I need that. As soon as you said that,
when
I
you
just...
when, 'cause
Sorry, go
when
ahead.
you get above. No, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Nope,
I've been
nope,
cutting you
nope,
off this whole
nope,
time.
nope. Go.
I'm literally just saying the same joke I've said 50 billion times. But like once you get past like 12, 24 at most, again, it's like now it's a marriage. Now there's kids involved, I got to commit to it. And it's like, it's just, so it's a little harder for me. So you just get,
All right, taking notes. Hood has commitment issues. Got it.
mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I readily admit that. That's the reason I'm stuck on episode, I think, what is it, 28 of Monster right now, because I just can't. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I got 70 episodes. Gosh, it's just like I can't. My brain doesn't want to do it. But if I'm like, oh, I only got 6 episodes more, like I can. My brain feasibly thinks I can do that, so then I do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
but
And yes, absolutely,
great
absolutely,
example of
Brady.
yeah, great example of a strong, influential, independent lady who still needs help from others in the story. Sign me
Yes.
up.
Like Mau Mau, like Yona, like these are all like great stories of like, yeah, these women have their strengths and are extremely talented, but they're not perfect. They're not above everything. They still
Yeah,
learn, they still grow, they still need to ask for help. They recognize, like, hey, I am talented in this area, but I'm lacking in that area. So I need help in that area. And it's like, yes.
yeah.
That's a good role model. That's a good role model for girls. Is like recognize your strengths, but also recognize your weaknesses.
No, Brady. No, 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 no. Someone. Okay. Brady, you're banned. I'm sorry to say it, but you're
Brady
banned.
is absolutely based, and I will hear nothing
No,
else out of your fluffy little mouth.
Brady, you're
Nothing.
banned. I'm
Shush.
sorry.
Shush. Nope. If anyone's
Get him
getting banned,
out
it's
of
you.
here. He's banned.
If anyone's getting banned, it's you, boy.
Banned.
Ah. Again, I still wish Maid Sama would have gotten a second season because the character development would have continued.
Yeah. I will say that's the one saving grace it might have, because I mean, again, I just didn't like the main character. That's really my biggest issue. Even when I was
That's fair.
seeing the trying to change, she was just annoying to me. I just didn't like her at all. So, it's like in a similar fashion, like a story that would be similar, something like Kami-sama Kiss. I did not feel that way at all with Nanami at all. Like, she's so much more likable and easy to watch, and I don't know. I just the other girl, whatever her name is from Maid Sama, she's just kind of a brat, and I just don't like it. Not in a good way. She's not like Taiga. Taiga's like a funny brat. I didn't like the Maid Sama. I don't know.
You know, some people don't like things because it reminds them of themselves. So would that be this case, maybe?
No, no, I'm nothing like her.
Bit of a brat?
Nothing.
Mm?
Baka.
Hmm?
I'm
Little bit
I'm
of
nothing
a
like her.
tsundere brat over
Whatever, you're boosted.
there? He knows I'm right.
The main character lost her cool and yelled at the guys for being idiotic during a school event, but then begs them to come back as they become understaffed. I feel like I remember that.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of remember
She
that.
she flies off the handles and then realizes, oh, I messed up. I gotta own up to my mistakes and stuff. And again, it's a long going process because she's
Yeah.
been so anti-men for so long that it's like it's not
Yeah.
like that immediate fix. It takes time.
Right.
Takes time. So
Yeah. No, and I'm totally cool with not having an immediate fix. I just, like, for her, I don't really see her, like, I think, you know what I think would help too is, like, if I felt like and maybe this is why I said the saving grace might be in the other seasons that you're saying you wished would have been there, because from what I can remember, I don't feel like they gave, like, the greatest reason for why she feels the way that she does, other than, like, because I remember it has something to do with, wasn't it her was it her mom? I can't remember why does she feel the way she does about men?
because her dad is a scumbag who racked up a bunch of debt and then ran away. So her mom is working like 2, 3 jobs. She has to work a job so that they can pay off these loan sharks that keep coming around. So she's like, I hate the loan sharks who are
Oh,
men. I
that's
hate my
right.
dad who's a scumbag. I hate the men around me who think, oh, women need to just, like go work in a kitchen and listen and what. And she's like, or women can't achieve
Right.
what we can achieve. And she's like, you know what? Screw you all. You all suck. I hate you all. I'm going to prove you wrong. And so she's so tunnel vision focused on giving basically the middle finger to all these men and forgets that, there's actually some nice guys out there, you know?
Right. Okay. I was conflating that with a different story. I'm starting to remember now. But I think that was
I think
again
you need
because
to
I think
watch
I
it
had
again.
watched.
I'm
No,
just
I could never
saying.
watch that
I'm
again.
just
I
saying.
remember I didn't
I think you
like
need to
her
watch it
that
again.
much. Like I kept watching, trying to like her, and never liked her ever. Like it was really. I remember that. But anyway, like I think part of the reason too that the backstory was like because I'm thinking that's like the same thing other than the people coming after them for loan sharks as what happened to Ryuji in Toradora, which I think I had watched first. And like, yeah, sure, he's a guy, so it's a little different. But in my mind, I'm like, he didn't react that way. He just kind of like he still acted like an adult, even though he shouldn't have had to be. And it was like the way that he responds to the world around him was not insane. I don't know. I just she annoyed me. That's all I can say. She annoyed me. It's hard. It's hard when the main character that annoying for me to keep watching.
Now, with that being said, and having left your lips, I don't want you to complain. I don't want to hear any complaining coming from you next time people say they don't like your favorite tsundere girl.
Why not?
You can't have your cake and eat it too, sir. Some people
What?
just
That's
don't
totally
like
different. What are you talking about?
some people just don't like characters. You just said that.
Well, no. What? Wait, what? What do you mean?
Nah. Nah. You guys heard it. Heard it
No,
here first.
I'm
Heard it
trying
here
to
first,
understand.
folks.
I was just saying that was how I felt about that one specific scenario. It didn't feel like her anger. It didn't feel like correct in the different ways and how she was treating people. Where Taiga's does feel better. I feel like with her overall story, and then you see that she's actually very wholesome. She just doesn't want anyone to know it because she's like reserved. Where I never got that with the other girl. She just always
Mm-hmm.
seems like the other dude's trying to constantly like chisel her away. This like the cool blonde guy, whatever his name was. Um, I don't know, man. I didn't like her. That's all I can say.
That's fair. You can be wrong. That's totally okay.
Whatever, man. You're just blinded. That's all I can say.
Says the man who says Taiga is best girl.
She's awesome. She's great. And you know it.
She's
All right.
decent, but I could list a whole bunch of other girls I like better than her in anime. Just saying.
No. She's very wholesome. She's wholesome. She had a little bit of a bad rep. Okay.
So we
It's
know the kind of
different.
girl that Hood's looking for, guys. If you meet that description, sign up. We'll get you an application filled out. Don't you worry. There is a
I think
man
we just
for you.
learned that Cat is feminist. That's all. That's all. Well, that's what we learned today.
Yep.
She
And
misandrist, feminist. That's what we've learned today. So.
yeah, and
all right. I can't get mad at
mm-hmm.
you using it against me. Yeah, that's
Uh-huh. Yeah. I learned well.
She has been trained well.
I think that's all I've got for like I could probably sit here and list like a bunch more animes, but I like that we went through your watch list and stuff. So I think that's all I got for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe the real friends are the feminists we met along the way.
Maybe the real friends were the Amelias we met along.
Good roundabout. I approve. Yeah, guys, don't forget. You too can be an Amelia.
Never forget.
Never forget. Stand your ground. Love your country. Love your culture. Huzzah.
Man, it's been a while since I've given you crap about Made Something, so that was fun.
I'm going to start making a list of things to give you crap about.
They would be wrong. You'd be doing it out of spite, but that's fine.
I'm going to go find all our mutual friends that dislike Taiga, and I'm going to bring them on an episode one of these days to just give reasons why they don't like Taiga.
Yeah, and you know why half the reason they don't like Taiga is because they didn't finish the anime. They didn't wait until the end. They didn't get to the end sequence. That's what I kept finding out. Everybody that hates that show is because they stopped before the credits and they thought, oh, that's the end of the show. They didn't wait to the end of the credits. And I was like, that's so frustrating for me because I was like, you'd probably change your mind if you had seen all the way to the end.
Can we
I
get
had so many people tell me that.
Yes, DJ. Can we get an Amelia Giga Chad emote? Bro.
Yo, that'd be funny.
Any
It's just the
artist?
Giga Chad with like a purple wig.
Oh my gosh. I need to make
I think
that.
there's a girl version of Giga Chad though. Like I think they have a Giga Stacy
A
somewhere.
Giga Stacy? Dang, let's go.
I think they do. There's a variant. It's out there, but I think it's not as easily findable as Giga Chad. So
Oh man. Yep. There we go. We came full circle, guys. Full circle. Huzzah.
yay.
Ah. I'm still blown away by Amelia. My gosh.
Yep.
Stacy is
I
lame.
love
We
her. I
want
think it's
Amelia.
great.
Ah. Yep, just goes
Yeah,
to
right here.
show.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give
yeah.
you Giga Stacy here really quick. I knew
Okay.
somebody made it.
Show me Giga Stacy.
So there's this one. Where's the other one that I've seen?
Let's.
They have that one, but that's not the one I'm thinking. I don't.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I
It's a
just
Giga
want.
Stacy.
I just want Giga Amelia. Just give me Giga Amelia, please.
Yeah, that's the main one, I think. So.
Okay. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. I'll give her like a purple wig or something. I don't know. Ah,
Goodness.
glorious. Well, there you have it, folks. Be like Amelia. Love it. Yeah, I think that's all I've got left. Did you have anything else you wanted to add or slide in or anything?
Only that this last Sunday I released another episode of The World of Allures. If anyone wants to check that out.
Yes, that's right. Shoot, I
So,
forgot to post that
I'm
in the
gonna
Discord.
keep pushing this series because I've had a lot of fun with it. So,
Yes.
so you can check that out.
Where are we here?
There's also it's been taking me forever because I've been just so busy, other like IRL and other things, but I am still working on like I want to be a game dev and a handful of other things. So it's just taking so long to edit. But yeah, thanks, Nix. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I can't wait until we get to the session we did last, because golly, that was
Oh
the
my
most fun
gosh.
I've ever had in D&D. I think ever. That was maybe the most fun I've had.
Oh, I'm still trying to like mentally prepare myself for next session because like, oh, we just came down for
Yeah.
such a ah.
Yup. I wish I hadn't waited so long because now I have like hours that I have to get through. Eventually.
Uh-huh.
It will be very
Also,
fun.
sir, I'm noticing a typo in this. Was this supposed to be C1E2?
Yeah, it was. Oops. Yeah, thank you.
I got you.
Yeah, I think I may have copied and pasted. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've done that before. So I was just looking, I'm like, huh. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Yeah, thank you. I just changed that. Yep, I have absolutely done that many a times before, so only to find out way later.
It's okay. It's okay. It's the littlest of typos. Littlest of typos.
Yeah, at least I had the number 2 in the thumbnail, so that's
True,
the differentiator.
And that's what matters.
That's what most people pay attention to anyway. So
exactly. They're not really looking at the title, they're looking at the picture.
That's something. Let me before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing is that if any of you guys have been enjoying the World of Allures and you want to see us do other like other types of tabletop RPGs of some kind, let me know in the comments of those videos. And maybe if everybody wants to do them, then we'll get around to it. Or maybe I'll have to find other people if that's not everyone's cup of tea, depending on what it is. Something like Vampire the Masquerade isn't everybody's cup of tea, for instance. So, um, so let me know that. But also, I was trying to figure out a way. I might have to do it later because I still don't know how to do it. But I was gonna try to figure out a way that if you guys wanted to donate assets that I can use in the game later, I have a
Hey.
wish list that I'm trying to figure out how to. I don't know if I can share it. Um. Oh, it says it's private. I bet if I made it public, it could be shared. But basically, you can gift people on Roll20 different different assets to use, and I have a
Ooh.
wish list. And specifically, if anyone was going to get from that wish list, only because the people that made the assets, I know I have permission to use because they flat out told me. I asked them and they said, "Yep, you can use it, no restrictions whatsoever. Just don't resell them. That's all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But you can use them in your videos and." Not everyone is like that. Some of them you can't use unless, or if you do use them, then it's like there's a bunch of money involved that you have to oh, if you make this much money, then we get a percentage of that, and it's just like it's just getting. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So, if I can figure out a way to make this public, I don't know how to do it right now though, so I'll probably have to do it later. But that would be a way that you can, if you enjoy the series,
Mm-hmm.
most of the assets are anywhere between like $5 to $8, I think, typically, like per pack. Um, so yeah, that would be just another way that you could give to us so we can keep making stuff for you.
Yeah, yeah. Hashtag go broke for hood. Oh, but yeah, go check out the stuff. Well, once he gets it figured out, you can go check out his wish list. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think aside from that, I think that's it. That's all. Just a reminder for me that tomorrow we're doing our meme contest. I guess I got rid of the link. The link is in the Discord in the announcements. So, and I imagine a lot of you have been already putting memes during stream, which has been great. I'm excited and scared at the same time. So, this is going to be interesting.
Nice.
Ah, but thanks
There, I
for.
made it public.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, this was
Glorious.
fun.
Yeah.
We like crashing out. We like talking about anime. So there you go.
And we like memeing on the crazy people who should know better.
Yeah. Yep. Like those that
Uh,
made Sama when they shouldn't. Just
you know
like that.
what? I'm gonna have words with you afterwards.
Guys, I'm blinking 3 times. I'm blinking 3 times. Help.
Hot jokes on you. Your beanie covers your eyes. Can't see you blinking.
My mouth flashing is the blinking. I just gotta go ba ba ba. There you go.
No, that's just your
You
mouth
get the
twitching. You might need to see a doctor about that. It's a little concerning.
whatever, man.
Ah. All right, let's see here. We have, you know what? Okay, we were gonna raid North Hill last time and they raided out. Can we raid them now? Just mute that. Are they raiding out soon? Oh, I think they're doing, yeah, they're doing their closer song, I think. Gosh dang it. Okay, never mind. So North Hill we have to end earlier if we want to raid them. Hollow's doing a subathon. We go raid Hollow. Yeah, she
Yes,
just.
let's do that.
Oh my gosh, you goober. The
Yes, let's
audacity.
raid
Good
raid
glory.
them and give them kind.
Oh, it's cutting out your audio again.
No.
Lame, dude.
I think as soon as you stop talking or something, it cuts out the echo. I don't know why.
That's a shame.
That's so sad because it's funny.
Yeah,
It's so
that's what I mean.
good.
It only would
Man.
work if I'm doing like a recording.
You just have to record yourself making those sounds and then just play them.
I want to use them for like the D&D sessions if I can remember. So
Oh, yeah, you could. That'd be sick.
for certain things, anyway, but
Mm-hmm. But still fun. Still fun. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna raid Hollow. It is subathon day 17. Dang, good for her. Holy smokes. We're gonna
nice.
do a little raidy raid.
Do I not follow her? I must not follow her.
Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna unpin this so that I can actually see things. There we go. All right. I spelled that right? Yes, I did spell it right. All right, cool. We're gonna raid Hollow. Little cutie patootie that I had the pleasure of joining with on Game of Favorites. That we got absolutely destroyed by Rico. But it was fun. It was
Oh yeah,
fun.
who ended up winning between you and Bree?
Oh, me. I ended up winning. If we're talking about losing, then yes, I won.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
what I
was-
remembered seeing before I had to go.
Yeah.
She was like, "No, what are you guys doing?" That's what I kept seeing.
Yeah, anytime one of us got more points, we'd be like, no! But yes, thanks for joining us, guys. Lovely having you all. Thank you again for the raids. Lovely Beans, Darminius, Lizzie, and Yenza. Hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever the heck you are. And as always, remember you're awesome and you are so, so very loved. Mwah. And also go subscribe to Hood on the YouTubes. Get him to 10K. Woo!
Yeah, we reached 2,000. So.
Woo! All right, bye-bye.
Bye.